Hello, what's up this afternoon, everyone? It's a modern day indeed. Welcome, Cloud Pleaser. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big ship here, thank you. Who did you catch the teleportation circle deck I sent you yesterday? I did not, baloney. You should send it to me again. What is up, Dr. Chandran, Stone Rain Productions? What is a hideous laugh? Like, how do you laugh hideously? Don't answer this, I guess. Is my normal laugh hideous? Does that count? Can I just laugh normally? Does that count as a hideous laugh? Oh no, is that hideous? Was that a hideous laugh? Do people sit there and watch the stream and when I laugh they think, wow, that was hideous? I don't think I've ever heard a laugh heard a laugh referred to as hideous before, but laugh like Crim? I don't know if I can do the Crim laugh if I want to do. Dogavith, good to see ya! I don't think I've seen the Remy video about this card. Did Remy do a video about this one? Lazar Meow Wanders, Winter Malone. How's everyone doing today? So today, it's a modern day. We are trying out, at least to start, some AFR in modern. We still got the Jun Venvine deck, which has been our backup deck for a couple of times. Who knows? Maybe we get a shot to try it. But mostly, we are milling hideously with Tasha's Hideous Laughter. This is a pretty new take on mill. No rounds. This is a very different style of mill deck. So the idea of this style of mill deck is we're trying to resolve like 3-ish mill spells. If we can resolve any 3 of Archive Trap, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Fractured Sanity, Maddening Cacophony, sort of, that one's like halfway, we should be able to win the game. Especially when you add in our crabs for the early game. So that's all this deck is trying to do. That's all we're trying to do is resolve like 3-ish of these spells with a little incidental crab mill. And trusted that gets there. The deck is also playing 4 Darkness, which I don't think I've ever seen Darkness as a 4 of in a modern deck. It's just a Black Fog. No one is going to expect the Darkness. And that just buys us enough time to cast another Fractured Sanity or Hideous Laughter and hopefully close out the game. And that's all it is. That's all it is. That is the whole plan. Ooh, let me see, Liza Dick. Hey, how's it going today, Jives? Good to see you. Good to see you. So that is the plan and the goal. We'll see how this works. We also, there's this mono blue build. Oh, did I not get the surgicals? Why are there no surgicals? Oh, I didn't get all the cards for this one. I also wanted to try mono blue with sanity grinding because mono blue mill, I don't know how many of you were around for mono blue mill like years ago. Worst deck we've ever played. I think to this day it might still be the worst deck we've ever played. So maybe we'll try the mono blue version. It's an adapted version that also gets sanity grinding, double blue, triple blue, double blue, double blue. Sanity grinding should mill a lot of cards as well. So we got some mill spice. It's spicy modern AFR mill day today. This is my hideous laugh. He, me, hoo, hi, hoo. He, me, ha, he, hi, hoo. I don't know if that's hideous or just goofy. Jake, JK all day. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Steve here. Thank you. Ooh, copying Tasha's Hideous Laughter. That does seem like a cool way to try to do it in standard. Could you imagine? Oh, can you imagine in historic 1,000-Year Storm? Play a couple of ops or something. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, just exile all of it. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see if this card's good. Can Tasha's Hideous Laughter compete? So. That laugh is so ridiculous. All right, let's do our reminders and get into our games. Replay you a sub. Oh, can you do sub sounds? Oh, that is a good idea. There's probably some cool Twitch. I need a Twitch advisor. I need someone who's really good at Twitch stuff to tell me all these cool things like sub sounds, because that would actually be pretty funny. Replay YouTube. That's we invite all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Today there's some Crim action. We got a recorded Legacy top 10 that'll be going up Legacy this week. Just recorded it with Joe. Tomorrow Against the Odds, having some fun in New Standard. We got more Modern coming up. There's so much coming up on the YouTube, so keep it out for all that. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and maybe you need some hideous. I gotta read this hideous laugh again. What was the text of this hideous laugh? Where did the hideous laugh go? I think I can't find it anymore. I think it's buried. But anyway, if you need some Tasha's hideous laughters of your own, he, me, ha ha, he, hi, who, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com, or you can get, I don't know, NEFR stuff. You can get this Old Border Archmage charm. Doesn't matter. They're probably going to have it. You can even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Let them know you want when they'll hook you up. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, clean out Richard's Garage donations. They're always appreciated. They're never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. So let's play some Modern with some hideous laughter. So as I mentioned before, Zealous welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As I mentioned before, we're trying to resolve 3-ish spells. We play the crabs, maybe get in some incidental milling. If we can resolve any 3 of Archive Trap, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Fractured Sanity, it should mill our opponent's entire deck. We also have Mission Briefing to surveil back some of these cards. Works really well with Archive Trap. Archive Trap free, cast this, get it back, Archive Trap again, that's 26 milled. Meta and Cacophony could potentially be kicked, mills 8. Visions of Beyond to draw us cards, Surgical for Graveyard Hate along with Crypt Incursion, and Darkness as our surprise, no one expects it card. So that is the whole plan of the deck. And the sideboard, Life Gain and Profane Memento of all things to go along with the Hideous Laughter, Soul Guide Lantern, Explosives for removal, Damnation for removal, Rebuild to deal with artifact decks, and Ghost Quarter, I guess for Tron, or we can Ghost Quarter ourselves and mill with the Hedron Crab. So let's try some Hideous Mill. I don't know, is this going to be good? How good is this actually going to be? I mean, Darkness in the main deck's pretty spicy. You don't see Darkness in the main deck very much. I mean, like, ever? I don't know if I've ever seen 4 Darknesses in a Modern main deck. People are not going to expect it, I don't think, that is the best part. So how's the week going, everyone? 2 and 3? All right, we have a mono blue build. Don't worry, we might try mono blue afterwards and see if it can really be as miserable as it looks. I think Darkness is cool, but be a dead card in some matchups. I don't know about 4. Yeah, there'll be some matchups where it's better than others. That is very true. If you run into like a control deck, it's going to be bad. I guess, hopefully we just beat control anyway. I guess if they can counter all of our Tasha's Hideous Laughters, probably not good. Started my new job this week. Ooh, awesome. Congratulations, Lord Boys. What are you doing now? There's a what's the pre-con event on Arena? Hey, what's up, Gillian? No Fractured Sanity. We have Fractured Sanity, don't we? I believe that was on the mill list. Or wait, no, were you thinking of Fraying Sanity? The double up? We do not have Fraying Sanity. The big issue with Fraying Sanity a curse that essentially doubles your mill. It mills equal the number of cards that were milled, more or less. It doesn't work with Tasha's Hideous Laughter, because Tasha's Hideous Laughter exiles. So I think if we were going to play Fraying Sanity, we'd probably have to not play Tasha's Hideous Laughter, or not as many of them. Ooh, Vaccine Researcher. That sounds super interesting. How important do you think Darkness is for the deck? We're gonna find out. I actually don't know. I have not played any games with it. I assume that it is somewhat important. Like, could it be replaced with something else? Probably. But I assume having some sort of way to interact with your opponent attacking you and just killing you is going to be important. Like, I don't think we're quite fast enough to just fully Goldfish and, like, not play any interaction. Whether Darkness is the right choice, that is a whole nother question, but we'll see. Deadpool is in the MCU now. They posted an hour ago by Ryan. There was a video. Wait. Deadpool is MCU. What was Deadpool before? Deadpool is like one of the only superhero movies that I actually like. I thought Deadpool was pretty funny, actually. And I don't even really know superhero movies. I assume it's even funnier if you know superheroes, because it seems like it has a lot of, like, meta jokes on the genre a little bit, but... Why rebuild over Hercule's Recall? Cycling? We can always cycle it away. It is 1 more mana, but cycling is a bit of an upside. So... I think that's the biggest reason. Huh. Well, apparently no one wants to play Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's mill him out. Oh, it also doesn't target. I don't know how relevant that is, honestly. Maybe? Maybe. Are there artifact decks that also have Leyline? I can't think of any, but there might be. Deadpool is Spider-Man with gun rights. The thing is, Deadpool is super overpowered, which might be difficult. So, wait, does that mean Deadpool, like, I don't know MCU. That actually is X-Men, right? Something to do with X-Men? Like, oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. That's 3 archive traps! 13, 13, that's 39 cards milled. Alright, we will keep this. One land, one keep this time for real. Oh, that's... Play your fetch land. Play your fetch land, jerk. Come on. I promise. I promise it will not hurt. I guess we get him with mission briefing. Just fetch. Fetch. Again, not a fetch. Again, not a fetch. What are the chances of 2 non-fetch lands? Oh, if we don't win with this hand, I'm going to cry. Phone it. Voidwalker. Okay. That means Are they not going to play a fetch ever? Oh, no. Oh, no. About it passes. Field of Ruin. Well, I mean, I guess we cacophony them. Millicroxa. Crack a fetch! Crack a fetch! Please, I'm just worried about Thought Seizes taking our archive traps. This hand is so insane. Like, it wins. 39 cards milled, they're at 43. Like, these archive traps should just win. We turned on this Dragon Rage channeler, which might not... We need a darkness. We need a darkness. Yeah, if they don't... I'm worried about them Thought Seizing us. If they don't Thought Seize us, then we can get them with... We can get them next turn with the Field of Ruin. It would be nice if our opponent would just crack a fetch land, but our opponent doesn't seem to be cooperating. They have fetch lands. We see a Bloodstained Mire in the graveyard. Opponent hits us down to 12. And another Voidwalker. Fetch. Blood Crypt untapped. Passes. Alright. Alright. So, I think we're going to lose. That's kind of insane. We're going to lose with this hand. I can't believe we're going to lose with this hand, but we're going to lose with this hand. I mean, the problem is all I got to do is cast a bolt and we lose. And their deck has things like bolts. Down to 11, Polluted Delta. Is there any way... They are a Lurrus deck, so their average CMC is pretty low. Is there any way it's low enough that we Hideous Laughter their entire deck? I mean, well, we can Field of Ruin them and then Archive Trap. The problem is that doesn't win this turn. It mills 39, and they're at 43. 42 with the Field of Ruin. So then we're still just dead to Lightning Bolt. We milled 1. They also have this Croxa, but we can discard to the Croxa. I think we just Tasha's Hideous Laughter, actually. Come on, 43 to start. How many do we get? How many do we get? Oh. All right, that was what, 23 milled? That's not bad. 1 bolt. All right, they didn't bolt us yet. About it. Gonna go to combat. Are we dead? Hits us, sure. Down to 2. No bolts? I mean, if we untap, we got it. We definitely got it next turn if we untap. That was actually kind of insane. Tasha's Hideous Laughter actually was kind of absurd. 23 cards for 3 mana is great. Still not a fetch. Watery Grave untapped. I mean, if they're just getting back Croxa, that's fine. That's actually wonderful. And even if they don't have a land of fetch, they still have to search their library, so... I can't believe they didn't play a fetch in their 3-color deck. Is this Croxa? If this is Croxa, we should have it. Unless they really are slow rolling us. Cheathariat! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. About it. It looks like Croxa. I think we might have got there. This hand was such an insane start, too. Croxa. Yes. Sure. We will discard Mission Briefing. We will untap. We will Field of Ruin your Watery Grave. Opponent, would you like to search for a basic? There is no option to say no. They must. They must search. And they don't get a land. We will Archive Trap. We will Archive Trap. We will Archive Trap. And, yeah, your go. That could have been such an explosive hand when we got there still. We had to get a little lucky to dodge all the cola. There was a lightning bolt left, too. We had to get a little lucky to dodge, but dodge we did. Yeah, we're playing Tasha's Hideous oh no. What is the text again? Stone Rain Productions? I forgot the Hideous laugh. Who, ha, ha, he. Who, I can't remember it. But it would be a good time. He, me, ha, ha, he, hi, who. He, me, ha, ha, he, hi, who. That is a hideous laugh. It does not get much more hideous than that. All right, explosives in. Explosives in. Lantern Control runs Leyline in some lists. So no, Hercules is definitely not a bad call. Yeah, I guess that's true. So let's see. Explosives in. Do we want life gain? How important is life gain? How many creatures do they have? Enough? Sold all my cards yesterday for just shy of 50,000. What are you gonna do with the windfall, Yelian? Also, why? What was your reasoning for adding a card? Yeah, we might need a laugh command. I wonder if I can add one really quick. We need a laugh. Can I wonder if I can do it from here. Let's see. Ugh, I don't think I can do it. I was trying to add a hideous laugh command, but. So what made you decide to sell out? Don't buy Chinese counterfeits. I'm pretty anti. I'm very pro proxy, but I am very anti Chinese counterfeits. I really don't understand I really don't get it. I don't get what is the upside of going for Chinese counterfeits? Like, why? When you can just easily and cheaply proxy on your own, like, why? Why spend money on it? I sold it all 10 years ago for 15k euros. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Although, if you waited, I wonder how much they'd be now. I end up kicking myself once in a while. On the hand, it doesn't have the free mill, but Double Tasha's Hideous Laughter is probably pretty good. And we have 2 fractured sand. Oh boy, Ragavan. Well, play this on blue. Ruin Crab, please don't kill it. We gotta block the monkey. The monkey must be blocked. Hey, what's up, Lazarus? How are you? Good to see you. Making your own proxies is cool. Even like if you buying non-counterfeit proxies, even I've kind of come around on being okay with that. Like some of the cool ones that artists do. I don't know the legality because of the whole IP thing. I'm sure they're not technically legal, but even that doesn't really bother me. It's just specifically the ones that are like trying to be real cards that I really dislike as far as proxies, quote unquote. Well, Shelldock Isle. Take a Fractured Sanity. Well, the question's going to be how many counters does our opponent have? They're snowballing Ragavan. Opponent gets it, hits us. Well, yeah, I know the counterfeits are illegal. I'm less clear on like some of the ones I see on Twitter where it's like has the real card name in mana cost, but it's obviously not a real card, and it's like a foil with custom art that someone did. Those are the ones where I'm not an expert in IP law. I would guess that you're technically not supposed to do that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna make a huge deal about it if that's something you enjoy. I would rather have people doing that than buying actual counterfeits. Buying Chinese proxies is fine for anything as long as you don't trick people into buying them as if they were the real deal. I'm not a huge fan of that argument because cards end up in the wild. As someone who used to buy Magic card collections, they end up in the wild. Your cards, you might not think of it, but okay, we milled no counter, so we got rid of 19. Reasonable. You might not realize it, but it is actually pretty common to be like, okay, this collection shows up on eBay or Craigslist, and you go to buy it, and you find out it's like my kid went to college, and he left his cards in my basement for the past 3 years, and I'm just done with them, so I'm selling them. Or, I got these for my kid, and, she grew up and she's, in another state now working, so I'm getting rid of them. Or I've definitely had these were my husband's or whatever, and he passed away, like sad stories like that, or my kids and they passed away. So even if you tend to not have your counterfeits go into the market, there's still a reasonable chance that they could end up in the market. It doesn't affect the play experience, and I'm more responsible than walking around with $10,000 a card. As long as you aren't trying to scam people, selling and trading don't see the issue. But I mean, the question is like compared to, but why do they have to be like counterfeits? Like I agree with the like ethos of what you're saying. Like, yeah, walking around with $1,000 of cards doesn't always make sense. Yeah, it doesn't impact the play experience, but couldn't a like non-counterfeit proxy also do all those things and also not be a counterfeit? Like, that's what I don't understand is why what is the upside of specifically the counterfeits when you could just have a proxy that's not a counterfeit and also achieve all those other goals? So that's where I always get stuck. Because like I said, I definitely fully support proxies. Like, I think we should be more accepting of proxies for formats like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 19. So even if we... yeah, I guess we gotta discard Visions. Opponent draws a card. Oh, we're gonna be close, but just short. Whoo! Archive. Oh, crack that fetch. Crack that fetch. Oh wait, we got a Fractured Sanity. Oh wait, does that do it? Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin, you. Archive Trap. Fractured Sanity. I think that does it. I think that does it. I think that does it. Get the Hideous Laugh command ready. We will cast a Archive Trap for 0. that'll turn on Sheldock Isle. Exaxes? I think that's Mill Exaxes. Got him! Try to monkey around with us, will you? It's working. It's working. I kind of like this deck. He me ho he hi hoo. That laugh is so ridiculous. You don't get Mill Exaxes very often, but we got Mill Exaxes that time. How is Standard been? Y'all, I was thinking Thursday stream. I kind of want to play something standard related. Would you prefer for Thursday stream, assuming we're going to try out new, AFR stuff in standard, or standard 2022 standard? What do you pick? Hey, thank you, Stone Rain. 2022 is super fun. I've been playing a lot of 2022, and I have played like zero actual standard. I guess I played a little bit, but almost zero. In the last, I played a bit of actual standard right when the set released, the first couple days. Since then, I played all 2022. Yoda Man and Variant Variant, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. Where are the funny intros to videos? Oh, there's big news. I don't think I can say it publicly yet. There's big goldfish news that's going to be coming soon, but I don't think it's public yet. So I don't think I can announce it yet. But basically, so we've been working with like video editing stuff. And like in the past we did all of our own editing, then we have different editors. Sushi was doing editing for a couple of months, and it was Sushi that was doing all of the cool intros to videos. But Sushi has moved on to doing other stuff and isn't doing that. Ooh. Okay, we'll keep this. And isn't doing editing anymore. However, can you do a short of the hideous laughter? Would that be funny if that was a whole short? Just like 5 seconds? Hey, what's up, Blair Finsnowflow? How are you? But there's something exciting is happening. Something exciting is happening with new face, the new face coming into the goldfish land. I don't think I can say anything yet because it's not public yet. But I think within the next week or so, it'll be public. I'll see. Maybe by Thursday. Maybe by Thursday. Oh, we're gonna get a little wrecked here. Maybe by Thursday I can let you know, but. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, but in addition, a new member of the fish family, perhaps. But it made me think of it with editing, because it's someone who will probably be helping with editing stuff too, so maybe we'll get some of those cool intros. I have not tried Neoform Affinity yet. Finally, I was thinking about setting up the OnlyFans. I keep seeing people are making all kinds of money off of it, so maybe? Alright, so we get a little griefed. Just a smidge. We will play a Watery Grave. Yeah, I don't know how our deck recovers from this. This is not the kind of start we wanted. Yeah, Saffron Olive joining MTG Goldfish. We'll see if it works out. Temporary probational period. Opponent. Thoughtseize number 3 with Grief Ephemera. Takes all of our mill, leaves us with 2 surgicals. That isn't doing a whole lot at the moment. Oh god. Oh, this is the reason to play Griefblade. Like, this start is, I think, literally unbeatable. Or very, very close to it. Like, triple Thoughtseize on turn 1 into Stoneforge for Kaldra. That beats essentially every deck in the history of Magic. It is going to take a miracle of miracles for us to get back in this. Like a true miracle. Yeah, my little nephew is going to start doing Commander content. You'll just have to be patient. You'll just have to be patient. I don't think I can officially spoil it yet, but jeez, like, is there any way we get out of this? Opponent's got 50 cards. Ugh. Grave Ephemerate. It's cute. I actually don't know if I don't know. I feel like Grief Ephemerate's gonna get old real quick. real quick. Nobody in particular. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you. Well, I wasn't even trying to announce an announcement. It just happened that... I mean, let's at least take a peek. I mean, this is the deck that we 5-0'd with. To the card? Almost to the card. Very, very, very close. Alright, so... Voidwalker in hand. We get a peek at the deck. There's no way we're winning this. This costs... Yeah, still fill price. And sure. Well, if they have that start, they win. What Commander decks have you built, and which ones have given you the most fun? Oh boy. Because of Commander Clash, I have built a ridiculous number of Commander decks. There's so many. Like, I wonder how many are in my Goldfish collection. There are 12 pages with, what, 50 on a page? I believe, something like that. Maybe it's not 50. Maybe it's 25 on a page. But either way, it's a lot. Although some of those are like viewer submitted decks that I save. So I built a lot. What would be the most fun? Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to remember what my favorite Commander deck was. Oh, okay, chat. Question for you. Do you know what Dante's Inferno is? Dante's Inferno, you know, the levels, the circles. Is that like a common knowledge thing that people know? Because this came up on Commander Clash, and I swear when I said Dante's Inferno, everyone else, yeah, Divine Comedy. See, even Niachek, you know, you're the one Goldfish crew member who knows what that is outside of me. Because I brought up a Commander Clash, and Krim and Richard all looked at me and said, "Is that a video game? Is that a video game? No, it's not a. Get some culture. Read a book." But yes, okay. Well, I'm glad that someone else knows. It is. I wasn't referring. I don't know the video game. I know the book. I know the book. I thought it was something that was commonly read in school, but maybe I was wrong. Is the game good? Maybe I'll have to try the game. Because we have a random week coming up for Commander Clash, so there might be Dante Inferno shenanigans. We got a sideboard, don't we? There might be Dante Inferno shenanigans. We don't have an answer to Grief doing what it did. Actually, none of our, I guess, rebuild. We can bring in the rebuild. Yeah, I mean, hope they don't have it, I guess. There's not really much else we can do. I like the game. That was a bit easy short. What was the name of the game? I might have to check it out. Well, we got a darkness. That can. Well, I mean, not if we get Grief Ephemerated, nothing really matters. But if we don't get Grief Ephemerated, the sands, that's fine. We got Hideous Laughter. We can flash it back. Land untapped. I mostly don't understand how they have this start so consistently. Because if you math it out, The odds of having a specific card in your opening hand are low, and this takes 2 specific cards. But I feel like this happens very often when you play against Grief Ephemerate. Yeah, it's Divine Comedy, right? And Dante's Inferno is the first verse. Is the first verse or whatever. Well, all right. So no Magic will be played this match. Do you remember during spoiler season when we discussed this and there was actual... Would this be good? Would this be good? And some people were like, no. Wait, is Thoughtseize your opponent 3 times? Like, no, they're... How good? Thoughtseize 3 times? How could that possibly be an effective strategy? I mean, there are things that hate on it. We don't have any of them because we're playing Darkness Mill. And they also have the Stoneforge. Alright, well, on to the next round. No laughing that. I mean, that was... They had just the absolute nuts twice in a row. Just like C or 7 or like, oh, I win. Oh, come on. I don't want to do all the stereotypical Italians, but we all studied the Divine Comedy at 15, 16-year-old. I mean, I thought that it was even outside of Italy. Like, I thought that was something you learned in school, but... Full of Dante, yeah, Dante goes after, like, the Pope and all kinds of... I mean, this was hundreds of years ago, but... Apparently at the time, he was going after a lot of well-known figures. Dante's Inferno was a shell game of God of War. Ooh. Alright. Well, let's see if we play Magic this game. Do we play Magic? Alright, Lure is revealed. I mean, as far as that last deck we played, that was the, like, top 1% of draws twice in a row, so... Grief Ephemera is not that good all the time, because normally you don't have Grief and Ephemera and Stoneforge in your opening hand 2 games in a row. 4 is for our opponent. And... Uh-oh. Arbor Elf. Okay. Well, let the milling begin. Polluted Delta. Mill you. Two Season Pyro. Oh, alright, so it's like a Ponza deck. Island. Mill you. Huh. I wonder if it's worth surgically extracting anything. So opponent does have a pretty high average mana value. This Tasha Hideous Laughter is not going to be great. Well, if we're going to hit Karn, we can wait 1 more turn. And increase the chances of them drawing one. We could hit Utopia Sprawl, but that might be crazy. Although, Utopia Sprawl would be really strong for our opponent here. DDHDF! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. So, I don't really care about Bolt, I don't think. We don't care about creatures that much. I think we're gonna... Ugh. Alright, well, we're gonna go to their draw step. I really don't know. Utopia's probably really bad unless they have it right now, and then it's insane, obviously. Alright, I guess we go for it. Extraction? Come on! Oh! Oh! Praise the magic gods! Oh no, that's a Blood Moon. Yeah, that would have definitely beaten us. Blood Moon is actually pretty good against us because we can't cast all of our triple blue stuff, but wow. Okay, that actually is a huge deal. Oh, I'm glad we did that. Trying to build a budget deck for Pioneer, came up with this idea. Any recommendations? Ooh, let me see. Kraken. Opponent's going to Fury away the Crab. Oh, they pitched the Blood Moon. All right. We are totally fine with this. Blood Moon actually would be good against us. Opponent. Getting in for 1. We untap. Mission briefing. Oh no. What was in their hand? Nothing of relevance. Well, alright, Field of Ruin. Probably a pretty bad Tasha Hideous Laughter. 43 down to... Oh, okay. We still got 13. That was better than I expected. Opponent. Unfortunately, not turning on our Visions of Beyond. Turbo Budget. Wait, I haven't played Pioneer in a while. Burning Tree Emissary is legal there, right? If Burning Tree Emissary is legal, definitely Burning Tree Emissary. That would be my biggest suggestion. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty sweet. Werewolf Pack Leader might end up being a decent card. Does Pioneer fire on Moto? I think it does. I don't know if it does. I don't know how quickly, but I'm pretty sure that it does. Well, let's... Sadly, Visions of Beyond, I guess. Well, Milia. Land. Go. Next turn, we can maybe Mission Briefing Cacophony. Cacophony, I mean. Sorry, Cacophony. Are you playing this deck because of Magic video on YouTube? He consistently makes super good decks and seems to play really well. No. This is a deck that I found on the 5.0 list from Magic Online, so Bonnet gets in, hits us. Hey, what's up, Glowing Shade? How are you? Good to see you, good to see ya. Ooh, there's the darkness. Well, let us Mission Briefing. Do a little surveilling. Well, we want the crab. I think we can Milliboro. Milliboro. Keep the crab. Cacophony. Cast it. Bad Snapcaster. Milia down to 12. I mean, I think we're good. How do I donate a legacy deck to you? Ooh, what legacy deck do you have? Hey, thank you, Supreme. Opponent's drawing all the Arvora. Man, getting rid of that Utopia Sprawl was huge. Like, winning us the game huge. Well, we will. Visions of Beyond. Draw 3 this time. And... oh, I forgot the hideous laugh. Ho hoo. Dumb. I can't remember it. That's got to get 11. That gets 11 and then some. An opponent hideously left out of the game. He me. Ha ha he hi hoo. I gotta stop saying that. It's so ridiculous. Well, as you're in explosives, surgical extraction on that Utopia's Brawl was absolutely huge. That was a game. Explosives in. Surgical extraction, after talking about how awesome it was, I think is going to go out. Profane Memento can buy us some time. Maybe go down like a Mission Briefing. Kind of want the Damnation too. Damnation in. Maybe Profane Memento doesn't matter. Whenever a creature card is put in an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you gain 1 life. They do have a lot of creatures, so that is potentially a lot of life gain. Oh, Endurance, yeah. Endurance is a concern. Maybe we gotta bring in Soul Guide Lantern? What are we gonna... Okay, so go down another mission briefing. Maybe we don't go Damnations? And bring in Soul Guide Lanterns? I think Soul Guide's probably better than Surgical, right? I mean, we got a couple of Crypt Incursions in the main deck. But it is a little bit anti-synergistic with Tasha's Hideous Laughter for sure. That is a little awkward. Maybe Explosives is what we don't bring in. The nice thing about Explosives is it does get rid of the Arbor Elf starts. Oh my god. Alright, let's try it like that. We're all over the place with the sideboard plan. Let's try it like that. Replace 2 Field of Ruins with 2 Ghost Quarters. That actually might have been worth it. Well, if we lose, we might do it for game 3. Well, we got a crab. We got a crab. Hey, what's up, Flame? How are you? Good to see you. I saw you out doing the Hideous Laughter as my text alert sound. I'll see what I can do. There was a soundboard that someone made at one point. It might be time to update it with some hideous laughing. Mage Twin, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. Bone it. Wooded Foothills and passes. Well, Island. Go. Crypt Incursion is going to gain us some life one of these days. Opponent. Yeah, it is better against the Utopia Sprawls would be the upside. Ren and 6. Alright. Sure. Gets back to land. Well, play a Ruin Crab. Flooded Strand. Milieu. Crack it for a island. Milieu. Hedron Crab. Yo. I wonder, maybe Mono Blue could actually work. It seems like Mono Blue Mill might actually work now. We're going to have to try Mono Blue. Hey, welcome, Mage Twin. Good to have you at the stream. Is this the Surgical Extraction Laughter deck? I guess those are cards that are in the deck. I didn't know that was an it's a list from the 5-0 list on Moto. I didn't realize it was an actual archetype at this point, but maybe it is. Flame slash. Alright, well, now we don't have much going on. Well, Pathway. I guess we get Luris. Pass the turn. I remembered my commander for once. Why didn't you play Pathway so you had 2 crabs for fetch? Opponent going to start blowing up our lands, unfortunately. Gets back a land. I think we're just going to lose to Ren and 6. I don't think this deck has a plan for beating Ren and 6. Like, doesn't this just beat us? It just ultimates and beats us, right? That's not good. That's not good. So this ultimates, they just get to pillage us, like, every turn again and again and again forever until we lose? Oh, alright. Yeah. Oh, this is super over. Huh. Huh. For ATO, Could you try... Could you try to do Titania with Zura Morb? You can search for with Urza Saga. Did you watch last week's Against Odds with Braids? That was actually in that deck. That was part of that deck. But perhaps we will have to do another deck that focuses exclusively on that. About it. Bloodbraid Elf spins in 2. Boy, that's unfortunate. It's not really Pawns anymore. Jeez. It's not really Pawns anymore. They just play Pillage because blowing up artifacts is good, but our opponent has hit every single Pillage. Yeah. Alright, well. Enjoy your flawless victory. I feel like there's some big holes in this deck's plan. Like, I don't feel like this deck has a plan to deal with Ren and 6. Like, I guess you're just hoping to be able to mill him out before Ren and 6 does things, but that doesn't seem especially likely. I mean, maybe you get there. Turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, maybe. Yeah, but it definitely feels just unbeatable. No, we don't want to draw a ton of lands. We need to draw action. I think 22 is fine. Alright, well, let's see what they got. This is also a bad Tasha's Hideous Laughter matchup. This is a decent amount of mill. We'll see. We'll see if it's enough mill. We'll see how many lands our opponent blows up. Engineer Explosives is pretty bad, though. Like, I guess it, like, sort of answers Ren and 6, but boy, that is a pretty painful way to go about it. And we have to cut out... So I think the challenge is we would have to cut out mill cards. We would have to cut out mill cards to do that. And then if we cut out mill cards to do that, we decrease our odds of actually milling our opponent. Wow. So many Arbor Elves and Utopia Sprawls on the top of the deck. Opponent, Forest. And real good at drawing pillages. Aboro, Milieu, and Cacophony, Milieu. Alright, pillages are about gone, so hopefully we're done with this pillage thing. 1, 2... Oh, please tell me there's not another pillage. Please, no! Hey, what's up to Bloopin? We mostly missed our opponent drawing a lot of pillages. Somehow, some way. Potent. Karn the Great Creator. Also do not have a plan for this. What are you getting? Elixir of Immortality. Alright. Well, Field of Ruin, Milia. And I think that's probably it. Hit the land. Get an island. Milia. I guess we pass. McFly! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Huh. Yeah, we just don't have an answer to this Elixir of Immortality, so... Planeswalkers seem like a pretty big hole in the plan of this deck. It just doesn't really have a plan for them. Opponent going to tutor out. I think we're seeing where Drown in the Loch is actually pretty powerful. I wonder if maybe that's just an oversight to not be playing things like Drown in the Loch and other ways of dealing with our opponent's stuff. It seems like we're getting kind of hammered for not having those cards. Opponent plays a Trinisphere, untaps a land, not realizing that Trinisphere also impacts them. Verdant Catacombs. And what do you got, opponent? Visions of Beyond. Costs a lot of mana. Well, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Exile some cards. Opponent cracks Verdant Catacombs. Untapped. I don't know if our opponent understands how Trinisphere works. Yeah, not a great matchup for Hideous Laughter. What do we get, like 10? 9? Opponent plays a Windswept Teeth, cracks a Windswept Teeth. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could have bounced to borrow. The thing is they're going to Elixir, so milling doesn't really do anything at the moment. Opponent, Elixirs, untaps. Oh boy. I don't know about all this untapping with our opponent having this Trinisphere out. I do not understand what they're doing. Oh, well. Dark Slick Shores. Milieu. Fractured Sanity. Milieu. Pass the turn. Well, we milled the Elixir of Immortality, so that's something. Opponent still, I guess, only has 22 cards in their deck. Thanks to Tasha's Hideous Laughter, we're still staying in it. We're staying in it. We're staying in it somehow. We're close. We're close. We might have to mill their entire deck twice, but we still might get there. Opponent cashes. They better not have another one. Karn takes down. What are we getting? This Trinisphere is kind of annoying us. Milling the Elixir of Immortality is big. It's a Liquimetal coating. Oh, they got another Karn and they're going to lock us? Opponent. Another Karn to eat our lands, and then we're in trouble. Apocalypse. We're actually kind of close, but also so far. Apocalypse. Welcome. They do have it. Welcome to the fishbowl. All right, so now I guess we got to draw like a real card this turn, because now we're going down a land every turn, which is real bad. Oh, okay. Well, not yet. They're going to eat the crab. Opponent. Taking down Karn. They will soon have their entire... Oh, jeez. Yeah. Well, I mean, Visions of Beyond... Pass the turn. Yeah, it definitely has been a weird setup to the game, for sure. These Karns have been doing some things for our opponent. The land destruction is going to be the issue. Like, we're about to get hard locked out of this game. Opponent plays a Chandra. Ugh, another Planeswalker. Yeah, we don't have an answer to endless Planeswalkers. Opponent. Yeah, I mean, I guess they can use Relic to exile their graveyard and get back the Elixir with Karn. That might be what they're playing towards. That would, I think, probably end it, combined with this Liquimetal coating. We'll see. Our opponent might not see it. They're just going to eat away our mana. We got to draw a real mill spell this exact turn. This turn, we gotta hit like Tasha's Hideous Laughter or something and hope our opponent doesn't see the line. Field of Ruin. Well, pass the turn. Wait, what are you punning? I'm so confused. Well, you gotta have mana to bounce a Boro. A Boro costs mana to use. Sure, liquid metal coating. We need them to tick up the card. We need them to not see the line of exiling their own graveyard. And then we have some slight chance that we can draw another mill spell. Opponent. What do you got? What do you got? They're thinking about something. Well, alright. Well, if they see it, they see it. Archive trap, yeah. Mill 'em. It's okay. We gotta draw something that mills. Opponent's got 6 cards in their deck. Cacophony? Cacophony would do it. I think we need Cacophony. Our mana's clunky. We're getting locked out of the game. However, there's hope. There's hope. Takes up for mana. Seasoned Pyromancer. Opponent's got no fear. Yeah. Wow, discards a relic. Okay, they're definitely not on that plan. I mean, I guess the other thing is we can just cast the Crypt Incursion and hope that our opponent can't kill us in time. That is another possibility. Opponent gets it for 1. Hits us. Darkness. Alright, pass the turn. Oh, this is so close! So close! I mean, Trinisphere is a really powerful card. No, because remember, Soul Guide, Trinisphere makes everything cost 3. So, Soul Guide draw would be our entire turn. I think we got a Crypt Incursion. Crypt Incursion, gain a big chunk of life. Alright. Crypt Incursion, you. Alright. Can you 50 us before you run out of cards? We got nothing. We got nothing. I'm not sure because they can ultimate this Chandra. They might actually be able to 50 us. And they also have this Karn, which can start tutoring out like worm coils. Opponent gonna keep eating our lands. Although hilariously, this darkness fogging 1 attack might actually be the difference. 3 mana darkness. Opponent takes up Chandra. Oh my goodness, this is close. Utopia's Sprawl. Sure. Arbor Elf. Sure. This darkness is gonna do it! The darkness is gonna do it! I think it's gonna do it. Visions Beyond. We will pass the turn. The Darkness Fog. Is that enough? Is that going to be enough? It might be. Pass the turn. Yeah, Soul Guide Lantern is shut down by Karn. Trinisphere makes everything cost 3. Yeah, Darkness is actually a really old card. It's Black Fog, but It doesn't normally see play. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Taking a break on our lands. 2 cards in the deck. Is Darkness going to steal this game? Darkness might steal this game. About it. Why no sanity grinding? It's blue-black for one thing. And also, you can only play... There's only room for so many mill spells, which is kind of an interesting dilemma. Something's got to go. The question is what? Cashes in the Chandra. Darkness is going to do this. Yeah. Batter Skull. Hits us for 5. Sure. Down to 38. Oh, opponent's going to be so salty. Karn grabbed the Batter Skull. It is the dankness. It is. Vote it, sure. Opponent is fighting in claw. I can't believe we're going to win. They even had the Elixir Immortality to shovel everything back in, and we're still going to get there. About it. Taps, untaps. Untaps. Uh-oh. What is this? 6... What do they have? Okay, moving over the bed. Sure. Oh, this Darkness is so good. It's so good. Bring it. Bring it, Elementals. I have bad news for you, friend. Yes! Fogged them. Tasha's Hideous Laughter just mills more than Mind Funeral. Stay at 38. We draw. Okay, sure. Archive Trap that we can't cast. Pass the turn. Opponent draws 1 card. Tutors from outside the game. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Opponent Tormod's Crypt. Okay. Cast it to hit us for 5. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I would rather Darkness next turn. I mean, we could, but we don't know what the last card in their library is, I don't think. I guess we could try to... Wow, should we try to figure it out? Can we figure it out? Probably. Maybe. All right, so... Oh, jeez. All right. Time to think. Time to think. All right. So these are the cards that we know about. There's 3 cards in hand, so I guess there's no way to figure it out definitively. If they had a blood 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's not Bloodbraid, what would they not be casting? Pillage, 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 pillage. I think they'd cast Fury. Fury, Fury. There isn't really any way to know. Wrenn and 6, but the question is, it could be in their hand. The other question is if we should just Visions of Beyond here. Visions of Beyond here. Take our beats this turn and Darkness next turn. That's the other possibility. 1 Utopia, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 Utopias. I mean, the problem is the card's in hand, so we can't really figure it out definitively anyway. I think we Visions. Visions of Beyond, draw 3. Pass the turn. This is going to be so ridiculously close. Oh my good. Oh, that's going to beat us. Oh no. Oh, we might have to. We might have to. Oh, jeez. 1 Bone Crusher, 2 Bone Crusher. It could be Bone Crusher. Spirit on the Run! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, now we don't survive because they can kill us with a Chandra Emblem. No, Darkness is doing what it's supposed to. Our opponent... We talked about this earlier. The deck does not seem to have a way to deal with Planeswalkers. So now... Our only chance is to guess the card that's in our opponent's library and surgically extract it. That's our only hope. I mean, I guess drawing an island, but they can shut down our island with Karn. So I am expecting we're not going to have access to an island. Yeah. Visions Beyond. All right. Well, we go to our opponent's upkeep. I think it's Bone Crusher. It's got to be. Tasha's Hideous Laughter is double blue, and Karn keeps shutting down our land, so we're down a land each turn. It's got to be Bone Crusher, right? 1 Bone Crusher, 2 Bone Crusher. That's the guess. That's the guess. I don't know if there's a better guess. Wooded Foothills. Wooded Foothills. Wooded Foothills. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Yeah, all right. We're going Bone Crusher. We're going Bone Crusher. All right. Opponent's upkeep. We're at 11. We will discard a Soul Guide Lantern. We will. Sure. Oh, come on. Come on, Magic Gods. We got a 50-50 shot. Oh, no. The Bone Crushers are all in... Oh, is this Exile? Wait, which one's the graveyard? Oh! It's not in the graveyard. Oh, no. Is there anything else? Bolt, 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 Bolt. Bloodbraid, 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 Bloodbraid. All the Utopia Sprawls. Chandra? There could be 2 Chandras. They would have played Chandra if they had it. Well, they probably would have. If we Darkness, the problem is Bone Crusher. 1 Utopia Sprawl, 2 Utopia Sprawl, 3 Utopia Sprawl, 4. So they're all gone. I think it's either target Chandra with Surgical or Darkness. Double Spell doesn't kill... I mean, that's the other option. If we Darkness, we lose to Bone Crusher plus Spell. Well, alright. I think Darkness is the higher odds. Oh, yeah, I guess they also have the Crypt, which makes it even better odds. Alright. Well, let's see if they can kill us. They need to cast 3 spells. They need to cast 3 spells. I guess the other thing is if they have Bone Crusher, that turns off our darkness. Kitchen Finks, okay. Bone Crusher turns off darkness too with a hidden Elraid text. down to 6. Opponent. This game was ridiculously close. Ridiculously close. Yeah, Archive Trap we don't have the mana for. Wow. Oh! Oh, they got it, because they can tutor something with Karn. It was a land that can be cast as a spell, and we get MDFC'd. Karn. Do they have an artifact of any kind? Grafdigger's Cage. Dead. Wow. That was ridiculously close. Ridiculously close. Although, apparently our opponent's one laughing after that one. This deck does not seem to be... So I'm wondering... We might have to... We'll see. If we lose another one and we go to 1 and we know we can't get a treasure chest, we might make some changes and see if we can update. I think... Surprise Seth and SP? Wait, what's SP? I kind of wonder if you got to have the interaction. I kind of feel like... Darkness seems a little... It's funny, but we just saw Bone Crusher Giant and our opponent winning through it. I wonder how much Drown in the Loch would actually... Yeah, there's Profane Mementos in the sideboard. I wonder how much Drown in the Loch would change it. Like, maybe playing more traditional interaction and getting rid of some of the jank. The other one, the Mono Blue Mill one, this one is the opposite. This one has, like, no interaction. This is just fully, like, trying to mill you out, which might be scary, although the upside is you get another really powerful mill spell, Insanity Grinding. So maybe you can just Goldfish? I don't know. I mean, Tasha's Hideous Laughter has been very swinger or missy. We've gotten, in some matchups it's been great, in other matchups, this hand does literally nothing. In some matchups it's been great, in other matchups it hasn't really done anything. Alright, so put Pathway to the bottom. Well, we will see. Dark Slick Shores and Pestered. We're gonna keep trying. What about Demolich? I don't think we would be able to cast Demolich on the cheap very easily. Okay, it's a Cascade deck. This should be interesting. Opponent passes. And we will play Hedron Crab. Aboro. Milieu. Please crack a fetch. Somehow we've... If we had a single opponent... Have we had a single opponent crack a fetch when we had an Archive Trap? I don't think that we have. I don't think we've seen a single one. About it. Taking down the Rhinos. Okay, that's a fetch. Cracks it. Sure. Sure. Island. Oh, no. Well, I mean, we still gotta go for it, I think. Don't really like them having that mana up. Alright, resolves. Untap land, maybe? Bone Crusher. Everyone's favorite. Darkness. Darkness. I don't know about these darknesses. Cycle. Land, please. Pass the turn. Hey, what's up, Stagsy boy? How's it been? Cause some of those spells for Drown the Lock and maybe Thought Scour. I think it's boy, it's interesting. Mill is interesting with them printing so many new options. Like almost all the mill spells in the deck are printed in the last 6 months or so, 9 months. Opponent, rhinos, yeah. But they've all been printed super recently, so it's hard to figure out what is worth keeping. I do think Mission Briefing probably got to go. I think Mission Briefing has felt very, very bad. Well, Visions of Beyond. Draw some cards. Maybe hit a land. Oh, no. Alright. We will not draw some cards. Just kidding about the draw some cards. Pass the turn. Laughter is interesting. It's like, it's been very good in some matchups, and it's been very bad in other matchups. It's weird. It is weird to figure out. It's certainly interesting. I will give it that 100%. Yeah, we're super dead. Alright, deck. We really needed that draw 3. That would have helped. Now we're at this really awkward position where I'm not sure how we can kill our opponent. So Cacophony. Pass the turn. 18 cards. But there's no way. So I guess we gotta like, we can Darkness, Mission Briefing back Darkness, but that still doesn't mill our opponent out. Opponent, Crashing Footfall. Gets a Rhino. Opponent. I mean, so Laughter, it's a card that's power is it's decent, but it comes with there's two things about it. So one is it is matchup dependent, where in a good matchup it can be quite strong, but in less good matchups or just when you get unlucky, it can be a lot weaker. Like Archive Trap always mills 13, or like Fractured Sanity always mills 14. Wow. All right, all the force negations. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, when it goes well, can mill 20, or in some rare cases even more. But we've also had times when it's 3 mana mill 8 or something, which is pretty bad. The other problem, or the other issue is exiling. Like that's the other issue is exiling. In some ways, it's an upside. You can exile stuff that would shuffle the library back in. But in other ways, it's like not turning on the Visions of Beyond. You can see this deck doesn't have Drown in the Lock, which we are arguably getting punished for trying to play Darknesses and so forth. Probably in part because of Tasha's Hideous Laughter not putting cards in the graveyard, but instead putting them into exile. So it doesn't turn on that kind of stuff. So it's very interesting to see how it all shakes out. Have you gotten matched up against Amulet Titan? We have not played Amulet Titan. I don't know if Amulet Titan is as exciting. I mean, I wonder if I have. I wonder if I have the sheet. Like I did a whole video about the math on this card. I wonder if I still have the doc or the sheet where I do. I do have it. So I went through a whole bunch of matchups, and some people told me like the math isn't 100% because it doesn't take into account that the last card you hit could put you over 20 mana. Like, let's say you mill 19 mana value, and then the next card you hit is Primeval Titan. You technically milled 25 mana value, but it's still, I mean, it's pretty close for doing the math in an easy way. So if you look at, where's Modern on here? If you look at Modern, Tasha's Hideous Laughter ranges from, I mean, it's it's got some great matchups. Dash Shadow, 25 on average. Dash Shadow, 25 on average. Amulet, 21 on average. So those are the really good matchups. On the other hand, there is like some pretty questionable ones. Breach decks, 8. Living End, 7. And then you have a bunch of the middle that are right around 13. 14, 17. How does that compare to just like Fractured Sanity, Mill 14, cycling? How do you know? How do you know when you add all that together and then you consider like the upsides and downsides of exiling versus milling, and it becomes very complicated and hard to say. I mean, that's part of why we're playing it is kind of see how it feels. I know, I don't know how many of you follow sports at all, but in sports there's always this big debate where you have the analytics versus the eye test, people like to call it, and you got all the old timers who are like, I don't care what those stats say, like, you know, he can throw the ball a country mile, he's a good player. And then you have other people who are like, you know, I don't care what it looks like. The analytics show that they're not a good player. I feel like that's kind of where I'm at with Tasha's Hideous Laughter, where the numbers say it's consistently decent but a little bit high variance, but the numbers can't tell you like how important exiling versus milling is and so forth. So, oh boy, Leyline of Sanctity, eh? Well, that's a dead card. Watery Grave, tapped. Go. What about you? Surgical Extraction, the 6 and 8 CMC card before you Laughter. Yeah, I mean, that would be a way to shift the math in the favor. I don't think Tasha's Hideous Laughter is bad. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Our record hasn't been great so far, but I don't think that's because of Tasha's Hideous Laughter as much as some of the other stuff like Darkness is not necessarily pulling its weight so far. Well, there's a crab. Thankfully, crab hits each opponent. Polluted Delta. Mill it. And pass the turn. Actually, maybe we go for it. Let's crack. I mean, they can fire ice it in response, maybe. Get an island. Mill. Also, more surgicals might just be good. Like, surgically in this crashing footfall would be huge in this matchup. Also, relevant, Laughter doesn't target opponent, so it dodges hate like White Lane 9. Yeah, it's going to be super relevant. Ooh, opponent. Learning a lesson about the legend rule. Oh, 2 gemstone caverns. Not ideal. Ooh, ruin crab. Okay. Island. Okay, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. This has actually got to be one of the horrible matchups. I calculated before the meta updated 32 cards. 32 cards in the deck. How many are we going to hit? Give me your prediction. In this deck, it's a Cascade deck, so everything's got to be 3+ outside of Crashing Footfalls. 7? 4? 4 would be really bad. 15? 15 would be impressive. I'm thinking like 9. 9 to 10 maybe. All right, here we go. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. 9. Okay. Yeah. So that's below average. Not good. But it's 9 cards out of the deck. Opponent is down to 23. Whoever picked 9, you get the prize. Steam Vents for our opponent. Untapped. Do they still have... I think they still have Crashing Footfalls. Well, play Pathway. Milia. Get a Luris. Also not sure. I wonder if Luris is worth it. It can only get back the crabs. Pass the turn. 16 cards. 1 more, well, 2 more in this matchup. Maybe Laughters. Uh-oh. Cascades. Rhinos. very bottom of the deck, finds them. Okay. Gonna be closed. Fix the stink. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent, combat. Hits us for a lot. Oh, come on. There are mill cards we have in our deck that just win if we draw them here. Hopefully it's not Archive Trap with this ley line out. For control players here, would you keep a handful with a bunch of Snapcasters but no counters against mill? It's an interesting question. Visions Beyond. Please don't force a negation. Okay. I guess Visions of Beyond. Still no force negation, please. Let's Surgical to get a peek. Just to make sure. So they don't have force negation. They can't Cryptic. Let's Mystical Dispute. Because this one's 14. As long as it doesn't get countered. Oh. Jeez. That's awkward. Huh. They actually had force negation. They were just not countering the draw threes. Okay. They snap countered it last game. Oh, that's not great. That's not great. So 2 Cryptics. Alright. Well, we get rid of Mystical Disputes for no real helpful reason. Watery Grave. Tapped. Milieu. Milieu. We still should be okay. Pass the turn. Hopefully, we still got the darkness. We still have Crypt Incursion. Okay. Alright. So that means we should have it. Actually, how many creatures do they have? 1, 2... Oh, they have plenty. Alright. Crypt Incursion. Oh, no. Oh, no. That targets. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's not good. Well, they can counter the darkness. That does tap our opponent out, though. So, darkness. Make them counter it. That taps him out. We block our way through. Okay, we should. I think we got there still. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. We got a crab chump, but that's okay. Block, block. Go to 2. Gutter snipe. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we will cycle. Oh, watch them have... Oh. Actually, I think we just have to cast it. I think we untap. Because of Bone Crusher. They could have drawn one of those Bone Crushers. 1, 2, 3. I'm scared to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I guess we go with Fractured Sanity. Fractured Sanity. Mill him. And Pass. Okay, opponent's dead. Oh, we survived. Wow. Boy, all these games feel really close, I will say. Like, that's probably the most interesting part, is just how close these games feel a lot of times. Mission briefing on surgical? Wait, what are we going to mission briefing surgical? I don't like stats in MLB when robotic managers like Dave Robots pull Richard Hill from perfect game no-hitter situation. Yeah, I don't really watch baseball, but I follow baseball because I think it's the stats and analytics are interesting. That's something that comes up a lot with the Yankees, which is the team that I follow the most. A lot of Yankees fans think that that their manager does that, and or even their GM controls their manager like a puppet and just makes him do whatever the analytics says without thinking. Hamasuki, how are you today? Welcome to the Fishbowl. We're milling around a bit. Thank you for your subscription for the 5th month. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, explosives can deal with the rhinos. Maybe we don't, damnation. Let's do it like that. Here we go. Come on. Come on, Mill. I've been playing Modern lately, too. How has Modern been, Zai? Good to see you. Well, we got some crabs and some darknesses. The Starman DX. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Abone it. Okay, question for you, chat. We all know that Standard hasn't really changed a lot yet. Standard has not changed a lot yet with AFR coming out. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you think Standard will be after rotation? Alright, they counter the crab. We mill a bunch of lands past the turn. Miyoko best girl for the 49th month. That is insane. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bone it. Passes. Dark Slick Shore. Pass the turn. Oh, the rhinos are going to be coming, though. We know they're going to be coming. 8. Standard 21 has been pretty fun. 2022 has been pretty fun. 7. High hopes for Innistrad. 9. Okay, so that's... It seems like, in general... no, as far as, like, enjoying the format. Like, not power level. I think it's pretty clear that the power level is going to be lower than it was with this past year with Eldraine and whatnot. But... just as far as how much people enjoy it, or you will enjoy it, how playable and fun will it be? I actually have pretty high hopes too. I would probably give it like a 7. Opponent, rhinos. Yup. Yup, yup, yup. Here they come. Well, mill you. Draw a crab. Untap. Well, we will play a crab. Play a crab. Play a watery grave. Untapped. Milia. There's hope. There's hope. Milia. And then Visions of Beyond. And that's an engineered explosives. Okay. Okay. Actually, we're going to run it out now on 0. Pass the turn. 25 cards. There's hope. There's hope in Crabsville. Vote it. Jebzo Cavern. Sure. That is acceptable. Seamstress. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of hilarious that Darkness in this situation is going to be pretty helpful, I think. Down to 8. I mean, Engineer Explosive also going to be super helpful. Opponent passes. Well, I mean, crab. Opponent kills a crab. Dark Slick Shores. Milia. Down to 18. It's going to be up to this Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I don't know if it's good enough in this matchup. He me ha ha hi he hoo. Hey, what's up, Agent? How are you? Good to see you. About it. Goes to combat. And let's just kill the rhinos. Explode the rhinos. I don't know how that works. I don't know how engineering explosives kill these rhinos, but it does. It does. Steam vents, untapped. Why not? Opponent passes. Well, let's cast the questionable. Actually, I think we wait. I think we cycle Fractured Sanity. Mill, you draw a card. Hitting a land would be great. Ugh. Alright. I just don't know if Tasha's Hideous Laughter mills enough in this matchup. I'm really concerned that it's going to end up just short. As awkward as that is. I run Paper Mill and can't wait to pick up Laughter. What have you found playing it so far? It's been really good in some matchups and not as good in others. Raisin Borrower. Okay. Yeah, it's had some matchups where it's been really solid. Other matchups, a lot more questionable. I feel like this deck requires you to spend a lot of time looking at your opponent's graveyard. Bone Crusher. They got a lot of burn left, potentially. Darkness, you? Take 0. I mean, it's only 12. Tasha's Hideous Laughter better be able to get 12. Yeah, also trying to play around our opponent's counters as much as we can. Would have been nice if we could hit a land. That would have been the easiest, but Fiat and Marcel, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. My first FTG deck ever was a mono blue mill deck. Very janky. Oh, Tome Scour. I remember the Tome Scour days. Mono Blue Mill we played on Much Brew. It was the worst Much Brew deck we ever played. This was a lot of years ago, and it was a very janky build, and we probably could have played 1,000 games with that deck, and I do not know if we ever would have won one. Oh, they got more rhinos? Alright. 11 cards in the deck. Opponent passes. Well, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, it is time for you to prove your worth. Force of Negation. Okay. Well, we will pass the turd. We will hope they don't draw Bone Crusher. Explosives on 0. Oh, if Tasha's Hideous Laughter fails us this match, I think it's done. Our relationship is over. Oh, and if we get Bone Crushed in Looser Darkness, then the Darkness relationship also done. Did you upgrade your camera? Camera looks way better. Yes, I did upgrade it, and I'm glad it shows. You can see every individual beard hair now. Yeah, Tome Scour is just 1 mana mill 5. It is the lava spike of mill cards, essentially, except a little bit worse. Mill's a great budget deck, lots of budget options. Can also go aggro. Yeah, we played some fun mill decks over the years. Opponent doing something during combat. All right, passing. A land would help. Make sure Tasha's Hideous Laughter is enough. Cacophony's not enough. Oh, well, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ten cards. Oh my goodness, I got them all. Oh my god. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait, how did I get them all? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow. It was at 9. That was so close. Okay. We're still cool, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. We're still cool. Oh, oh, he me, ha ha ha, he hoo. Wow. 19 with a card left in the library. We were right on the edge. That is not the good Tasha's Hideous Laughter matchup. That is where it's at its worst. When you have the Cascade decks that have to play such a high average mana value for Cascade, but we got there. We have faced 0 endurances somehow. I don't know how. Standard 2022 has been a blast. I've been running this deck to counter Exalted Deeds combo. Ooh, let me see. The Inevitable. Dawnbringer Claire. Ooh, some sacrifice action. Elite Spellbinder. Definitely have seen a lot of Elite Spellbinders. You know what has surprised me most about Standard 2022? That's definitely interesting. Teleportation Circle is a sweet card. For sure. The deck seems like it can slowly grind out value, which I do like. And it looks pretty cheap. Could be a good budget deck. The thing that has surprised me most about Standard 2022 so far is Goblins is actually kind of a legit deck. Ooh. All right, crack a fetch. Crack a fetch. No one likes to crack fetches when we got 2 archive traps in hand, but this might be the one. This might well, Aboro and Hedron Crab. So our opponent has to crack a fetch to kill it. LOL failed WTF. Where's the BBQ? Is that you? LOL failed WTF. Did you cut the BBQ off the name? I swear there was a BBQ at the end. For the 15th month, welcome back to the Fishbowl. There it is. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. How do I feel? What do we think about dice rolling in AFR? Honestly, I kind of like it. Oh, is this the same exact person? I think this is the same exact person. Well, sorry, friend. 2 archive traps this time. And a polluted delta to mill you. And we'll crack polluted delta. Watery Grave, tapped, mill you. That is a pretty good mill start. 19 cards already. I think we played against the same opponent twice in a row. Pass the turn. I don't mind. I don't mind the dice rolling. You would think that I would very much not like the dice rolling. And I think that it's okay though. Limited might be different. Maybe limited's different. But my experience for constructed has been that the dice rolling cards are powered down enough that I don't think they're an actual an actual threat to be like seeing a lot of play. I think they're more like fun against the odds things that you can do rather than like super top tier strategies, which I think is fine. I think as against the odds deck, they're actually really sweet dice rolling cards. Like I like that. So I think I actually like them. If we had like top tier, we go to Worlds this fall. And the meta is dice rolling tribal. That I probably wouldn't like. Like, I don't think that would be good. That's the problem I have with Muxus. Like, Muxus was top tier, legitimate competitive card that is super swingy. Aetherworks Marvel was another one that it was like puzzle not to win the game, essentially, were the outcomes. So I think that I don't mind those random effects if they're not a lot of them and they are not especially good. if that makes sense. I want them to be bad and not come up all that often. And I'm also willing to cut Wizards a bit of slack. 1 force negation, 2 force negation. Yeah, we're gonna get force. I'm also willing to cut Wizards a little bit of slack with this set in specific. They did have one. Just because, as someone who is super duper ultra casual D&D, like, I don't know D&D. I've played a couple of times with, like, the Commander Clash crew. That's the extent of my D&D experience. The thing I would most heavily associate with D&D would be rolling a D20. So if there was ever going to be a time to make an exception to the rule, it's probably for this set. Because if you're a Magic player who doesn't know that much about D&D, I don't know, like, that's the first thing I think of is rolling dice. Like, that's what I associate with D&D. So the flavor really does hit. HS Markman, but I hope they're not good. If we end up with a standard meta where we have top tier, like, dice rolling decks, then I might be feeling differently. HS Marksman, we're fighting in Clawin and Millen. We're actually doing all right. Okay. Cascade. Oh, they don't have any rhinos left. Okay, that's good. And that's game. We might be sneaking out a little tiny snack for the children. We started off 1 and 2, but we've fought and clawed, and we're kind of getting back into it at the moment. Well, bring in the explosives. Opponent doesn't seem to have ways to shuffle things back in. That means we... Surgical's like, okay. Go to a mission briefing. I don't know if mission briefing's actually worth it. I think mission briefing, the coolest thing it can do is flashback and archive trap, but I don't know if that's necessary. It is funny when it works, when you're like, archive trap, 2 mana, mission briefing, archive trap. There might be a little nibble. Wait, cut the archive traps? Why would we cut archive trap? Oh, because of them bringing in lane line? That is a... I mean, if we're going to cut something, I'd probably cut Hedron Crab. Hey, let's go down. Well, yeah, it's fine. I don't know how much we want to play around lane line. Oh, I missed your sub. I'm sorry. Hunt Savat. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and my apologies. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Yeah, all right. Fractured Sanity, mission briefing, no archive traps. Yeah, that's fine. No ley line either. All right, so our worries about ley line, unnecessary. Opponent, Scalding Tar, cracks it. Ruin Crab doesn't care. Hedron Crab does. All right, suspends the footfall. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Our very first game, we had the triple archive trap start, and our opponent did not crack a fetch. They played all non-fetch lands. Eventually, we had to, on like turn 4 or 5, we managed to field of ruin them. But yeah, so we got it, but it didn't actually work. Pass the turn. We might just cycle this. Cycling this and drawing a card might be better than might be better than casting it. Field of Ruin. You know what? I take that back. We're going to cast it. Mill you, hopefully. Please don't counter me. Force a negation. Sure. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, thank you, Hunvat. Love you, too. Opponent. Taking down the rhinos. Coming soon. We have not milled a single card yet. Well, Field of Ruin. Hit your breeding pool. Get a island. This is where Mission Briefing could actually do its shenanigans. Maybe. Alright, rhinos. There's no way they got another Force of Negation blue card. Alright, here comes the rhinos. Sure. So we Archive Trap. Mill you. Mission Briefing. Maddening Cacophony. Mill 8. Opponent's going to have 20 left. I don't think Cacophony's enough. Bottom, bottom. Bottom, bottom. Archive Trap. Mill you. Pass the turn. 21 cards left. We would love our card draw now. We filled our opponent's graveyard. The draw 3 would be spectacular. I mean, I guess these darknesses could keep us alive for a minute. That does buy us a couple of turns, but we're going to need mill. And we're going to need no Bone Crusher to fizzle it. We need to draw mill to back it up, basically. Would it have been worth trapping them with Cascade on the stack? Well, okay, that's a crab. Wait. With Cascade... Oh, you mean like... Maybe? Oh, Milia. Luris. Pass the turn. Hush! Welcome. I think they did skip their attack. Welcome to the fishbowl. We should up... Well, okay, too late. Welcome to the fishbowl. We should have upkeeped it, probably. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent, combat. Time to send the rhinos into the darkness. Hopefully. Okay. Take 0. Yup. And Bone Crusher. Oh, if we draw Fetch Land, I think we win. 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, not quite enough. Oh! Yes, very, very interesting. Huh. So we can Luris, Crab, Field of Ruin, but... Well, we can't play Luris and Darkness because we don't have that much black mana. That's the issue. It's either Luris or leave up Darkness. No, we need 3 mana for Luris, 1 for Crab. And then we can play Field of Ruin and mill 6, but we can't activate Field of Ruin. Huh. There's not another swamp in the deck. There's only a single swamp. Huh. Yeah, weird scenario. Do we just do nothing? So if we play Luris, opponent has 19. If we chump with Luris... Yeah, we're basically 1 mana short. That's the big issue. The problem is if we have to chump with our crabs, then all this doesn't do anything anyway. A sip of the gallon of water. That might help. Okay. Now we have the water solution. I think we have to darkness. Do we play Field of Ruin? Play Field of Ruin. Milieu. Pass the turn. Upkeep. Darkness. Resolves. And now if we draw land, we win. Assuming our crabs live and our Lewis resolves. Opponent. Passing. Or we can draw a mill card. That would also be decent. We draw. Oh. Well, okay. Luris. Actually, let's explosives. X0. That's also a very good draw. Get rid of the rhinos. Actually, I guess we don't have to do it now, do we? Luris. Okay. Opponent. Subtlety? Oh! Does not have the land! We milled the lands! We milled the lands! Oh, we got there. Okay. So we fought and clawed and we ended up getting there with the hideous laughter. I still don't know what to think about this deck. I really don't. I don't know. I actually don't know. Well, let's crack our treasure chest, and then we can figure it out. Is Tasha's Hideous Laughter good? Is it bad? Is it somewhere in between? Is Darkness good? Is it bad? I don't know. The whole thing is really weird. Well, let's crack our treasure chest. 1 of 1. We get Rampaging Brontodon. 7 mana. 7/7. Trample. When it attacks, gets +1/+1 for each land until end of turn. Not very good. Oh, the kids get a little snack. A little snack. We get back some play points. Should we? You want to try the mono blue version? We can try the mono blue version. So the downside of the mono blue version, we don't have any interaction. None whatsoever. I don't even know if there's a way to fix that. Like, is there a way to fix it? We can just, actually, we'll just turn Prismatic Fist into another blue fetch land. So the blue version, it's got all the mill. If you, it's got all the mill. It adds Sanity Grinding in on top of it. It's got even more copies of Mission Briefing, which after our last match, I'm not sure. The concern is no defense. There's no darkness. We're just trying to, like, goldfish our way through it. I don't know if that's going to be good. Will we end up laughing? Hee-me, ha-ha, hi-hee-hoo. Or not. Should we try it? You want to try mono blue? I mean, Engineered Explosives is probably pretty bad too. That should probably be Ratchet Bomb rather than... Is there... So that's the question. Is there anything that we could... Is there anything that we could add to give us some defense? Too sufficient? Wait, what's sufficient? I don't like that Laughter exiles, but the deck wants cards in the graveyard. Yeah, that is true. Isn't Snapcaster just better with Mission Briefing? Mission Briefing is weird. It just says you can cast the card, while Snapcaster technically doesn't work with Archive Trap. That's the one reason to play it. Snapcaster gives a card flashback with flashback equal to its mana cost. So Mission Briefing, you can recast Archive Trap for 0. Snapcaster, you cannot. MRH Blue, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Force Negation. Force Negation could at least be in the sideboard. I guess I'm mostly worried about getting run over by aggro creature decks. I think Control, we can just cast mill spells. But, like, aggro creature, we don't have Darkness, which actually was kind of essential in some of those games. Is there any way... I almost thought, like, Aetherize? Aetherize is the closest to blue... to having a blue version of Darkness, I guess. Actually, Cryptic is a fog. Yeah, that makes sense. Cryptic. Yeah, Cryptic is probably the way to go, actually. I like that idea. And Cryptic has many blue mana symbols, which is good with Sanity grinding. Maybe we just Surgical in the sideboard. Let's move the Surgicals to the sideboard. All the Surgicals to the sideboard. Go down 2 Mission Briefings. Probably get rid of these Ghost Quarters. We're not going to be able to bring them in, I don't think, and just try it like that. Dismember could be good. A little painful. Dismember in the sideboard. Ooh, Subtlety. The Subtlety actually kind of sounds insane, doesn't it? I'm going to grab Subtleties real quick. I'm going to have to snag it from Card Hoarder. But that's actually perfect because we can Subtlety and then... Actually, is Ether Gust just better? What was the... Maybe we play the Delve one. What is the Delve one? Maybe that's better than Subtlety, come to think of it. Could that be better? There's a blue Delve one, Set Adrift. Put non-land permanent on top of its owner library. It is sorcery speed. But that puts any permanent on top and then we can mill it. Maybe Set Adrift. Maybe that might be better than Subtlety. I don't know how we fit it in the main deck. We're going down all the mission briefings. All right, let's go down all the mission briefings. 2 Set Adrifts in the main deck. Do we need rebuild, or do we just assume, like, if we play against Affinity, they're probably going to beat us? No, for Cryptic, yeah, Cryptic is going to be kind of like a fog, mostly. The tap stuff down for a turn. The tap stuff down for a turn is kind of what we're going for. We never brought in Profane Memento. Although we don't have Crypt Incursion because we're mono blue. Alright, no rebuild. Go down 1 soul guy. Alright, let's try it. Let's try it. Mono blue mill. If you've been following for a long time, you know. Infamous deck. Infamous deck around these parts. One of the... Actually, the worst deck that we've ever played. Could it be good now? Yeah, Cryptic is good with Sanity grinding, too, which is nice. The mana symbols are good. So here we go. Here we go. All the mill, Turbo Mill, Fraying Sanity. So this makes me sad because the reason we're playing this deck is Tasha's Hideous Laughter. But I think there's an argument that... There is an argument I could see... that you cut Tasha's Hideous Laughter and play Fraying Sanity in that slot. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that is something to keep in mind. It does double up mill. It is weak against a lot of the hate cards people bring in. Late Line of Sanctity, Graveyard Hate, like replacement effect Graveyard Hate, like Rest in Peace. So, but yeah, I just don't think you can play it along with Tasha's Hideous Laughter. That's kind of the issue. It's just so much of a non-bow. Why no Seagate Restoration? Mostly because I don't have one. I don't think I have one in my collection. I would probably play it as a one of. The other thing is, we only got 22 lands, so it's pretty unlikely that this deck is going to get to 7 mana with 22 lands. But I would. It's free rolly enough that I would play a copy most likely if I had one in my collection. I mean, I like Seagate Restoration too. Reclamation. Ooh. All right. Well, let's see the power of sanity grinding. Sounds fine. I don't think we're gonna. Well, so we can Ruin Crab on 1. Ruin Crab on 1. Cacophony on 2. Sanity grinding 3. How good do you think sanity grinding is gonna be? So let's say our land is our deck is 1/3 lands roughly, slightly more than that. So 10 cards. We probably get 3 to 4 lands, and then the other 6 cards. It's gonna be. I'm very, very, very interested to see how much it mills. Well, land and Root Wind Crab. Go. Ooh, that's true. Actually, that's actually a great argument for Seagate Restoration. Actually, you actually kind of just sold me on it right there. Because I think that just the mana symbols, like that is the payoff. Just getting more blue mana symbols. It's a land that makes blue mana symbols and comes into play on tap still. All right, opponent does have the answer, unfortunately. And Mishra's Bauble, and cracks the bauble, and draws a card. Now, Flooded Strand. Crack, Flooded Strand. Island. Cacophony, you. Pray for lands. Oh! We mill a lot of bolts, which is good, I guess. Crab down. Crab down indeed. Oh, I want to see what sanity grinding did, but alright, opponent takes sanity grinding. Pass the turn. Oh, we need a land, we need a land, we need a land. Yeah, Windsor Rebuke doesn't feel. Wow, opponent kept a 1-lander? Why did our opponent keep this hand? Thoughtseize. Gonna take Tasha's Hideous Laughter. And. Well, let's cycle. Milieu. Pass the turn. About it. Do we mill him into a land? Set Adrift seems bad. I mean, we're playing mono blue. Beggars can't be choosers when it comes to removal in mono blue. Oh, there's a land. Ruin Crab. Field of Ruin. Milia. Alright, they're down to 32. Like, we're kind of getting there. This has not been a super fast start, but we're kind of making headway. Opponent finds land number 2 finally. And what do they have? Void Waka. Well, play the land. Milia. Almost tempted to just start bouncing lands, but we're going to wait. Pass the turn. I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. Opponent, land, down to 13. And Cruxa. Yeah, I mean, I guess we got a counter draw. Counter draw. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, Prismatic Ending. However, we found an archive trap and a Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Okay, step 1, Field of Ruin. Blow up your land. Get an island. Archive trap you for free down to 13. And then set adrift to make sure they don't draw land. No, we don't want to mill it here. We don't want to mill it. We want the Voidwalker to stick around because we want our opponent to draw it next turn, basically. Because if they draw land, they could get back Kroxa. But if we put this on top, we know they're drawing the Voidwalker, which is exactly what we want. Set adrift. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this means our opponent's not drawing a land. They can't get back Kroxa. And then Tasha's Hideous Laughter should hit 13 in this matchup. Wow, opponent sacks it. Okay. All right, well, opponent wants a live draw. Cryptic, okay. Cryptic's counter draws. Oh my god, they hit it. Inquisition. Oh no. Ragavan. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, Visions of Beyond's not bad. Sanity Grinding? You better get 11 cards. You better get 11. Oh, what a disappointment. Oh no. It did not get 11 cards. It only got 9. Maybe that's why people don't play Sanity Grinding. This is like high variance. Oh no! This is like high variance mill. Opponent hits us. Hits us. I mean, I don't think they're going to kill us before they run out of cards, though. Down to 14, gets a treasure. Oh, steals Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Kroxa. Well, we'll discard the island. Down to 11. Should have held on to it, I guess. Well, pass the turn. I mean, I think we're fine, though. I think we're fine. Opponent draws their last card. We tap them down. They got to draw for their turn. Yeah, Seagate Restoration, opponent scoops it up. Well, I mean, it worked. It worked. Sanity Grinding betrayed us slightly, but yeah, I definitely agree. When we were talking about Seagate Restoration, I was thinking about as a card that we actually wanted to cast. And I don't think we cast it too often, but as a way to just up our mana symbols, I actually do like that idea quite a bit. Blue-black is just better. I don't know. We tried a blue-black build earlier, and we fought and clawed and ended up with a 2-3, which was, or a 3-2, which we were 1-2 at the start, so I was pretty happy with the record. But it didn't feel insane. Ooh, awesome, Mega. Good luck. That would be super sweet. I've always wondered about the process at Command Zone, because their quality is so high. I wonder, like, they gotta have like a team working for them, I'd assume, or with them. I can't imagine, like, with how high the quality is and how much they do, that it's one person doing it. Can Cryptic target an opponent? No, it's just draw a card, not target player draws a card. You've got Maddening for Counterspell? I could see that. Let's try... Yeah, Counterspell, Archmage's Charm. I guess we already got a million threes. Do we want Profane Memento? Ratchet Bomb, Ratchet Bomb. Profane Memento, Profane Memento. Go. Why are you playing Cryptic? Is it mostly as a fog effect? Yeah, yeah, it is. It is very much mostly as a fog effect. Hopefully just a way that we can maybe stay alive one more turn. Fractured, yeah, we got Fractured Sanity in here. We got it all. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll see. Like, look at this hand. It kind of feels like, unless we get unlucky, it kind of feels like this hand should just mill our opponent out. 14, 14, 14, like, that's pretty close to the whole deck. Hey, good to see a Pharaoh. Opponent getting a treasure, eating a land, Field of Ruin. Void Waka. Well, grab an island. Untap. Island. Ratchet Bomb. Go. Well, next turn we can start the milling. Hopefully. About it. Thankfully, there's not much good our opponent can steal from our deck. Like, go for it, opponent. Feel free. Oh, that's like the best card they could possibly steal, actually. That's awkward. Croxa. We will discard. Yeah, I guess they're one treasure short. Sanity grinding? Yeah. Blood Crypt, untapped. Another void. Oh boy. Well, charge counter. Untap. This could be good. This is going to be bad. Ooh, how do we get out of this? What is the average mill of sanity grinding in this deck? I have no idea. We're figuring it out as we go along. Memento could be sweet, but not yet. Actually, okay, I think what we do is Island. Profane Memento. So I think we gotta wait. Take this hit. Mill with Fractured Sanity. Hopefully hit some creatures and gain back some life, and then we can blow up the Voidwalkers. Opponent hits us. For 8. Down to 4. Ragavan. Hits a land. Gets a Luris. Plays it. Okay, that's an issue. That's an issue. Well, okay, cycle. Hopefully gain some life. No life at all. Charge up Ratchet Bomb. Untap. Another land. Well. Luna Delta. Crag it. Thin the deck. Island. Come on. Come on, Sanity Grinding. Show us your power. Sanity Grinding. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 2 creatures. And we're... Opponent's got so many creatures on the battlefield, but none of them are... none of them are available. Okay. Oh, jeez. Huh. Yeah, we did not do a good job of milling creatures, that's for sure. Okay, so far, Sanity Grinding has been more of a disappointment than Tasha's Hideous Laughter. That game, that time, we even thinned the deck quite a bit, and it still just did not do enough. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could have stayed in another turn. We blow up the two Voidwalkers, but our opponent gets to Kroxa, and they have Luris. I don't think there's... Like, technically, we could have survived at, like, 2, maybe, for a turn, but I don't think there's any way that we can actually win that game. Surgical feels uncuttable. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just play it for value. I mean, we didn't gain any life with this Profane Memento. I wonder if Profane Memento is actually good enough. Well, alright, too late. Too many 1-drops for Sanity Grinding. I mean... But I feel like you need... I feel like you gotta have a decent curve, though. Maybe that's one of the challenges or problems or whatever with Sanity Grinding. But you do need to have a functional curve, I think. Blackleaf Cliffs, and... Well, at least we're not getting Ragavan snowballed. Lightning Bolt. Sure. Well, Ruin Crab. Field of Ruin. Milieu. Pass the turn. So far, it just hasn't milled that many cards. Dragon's Rage Channeler actually turned on, and a land. And a Thoughtseize. Yeah. Subtlety seems good. Yeah, I don't know if it's better than Set Adrift. We're playing Set Adrift because I think we're thinking that might just be better, a better version of Subtlety, because it actually deals with anything, and it doesn't have the timing restriction. Ugh. All right, lands would be helpful. We would not mind drawing lands. Opponent. Marsh Flats cracks it. Yeah, Delirium. I mean, I honestly think that we're going to see Mishra's Bauble most likely be banned. Opponent. Inquisition. Take something. 4 Cryptics might be too much. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, the thing is, I don't know how we ever survive aggro without having defense. I mean, I think it's looked a little unfortunate that we, despite drawing multiple cards several turns, have not been able to hit our land drops. If we were able to function like a normal Magic deck, then I think the Cryptics would be looking pretty good. But in this scenario, the multiple Cryptics are not looking great just because we're not running them very well. Yeah, we can't even... Yeah, I mean... Well... I think we've been mana screwed out of this one, unfortunately. Meh. Sometimes you draw land, sometimes you don't. I think that Mishra's Bauble is very likely to be banned. I think it's one of the... It'll be interesting to see what they do. Like, Mishra's Bauble is a card that makes Luris pretty busted. It's one of the cards that makes Urza's Saga pretty busted. It's free, and I strongly dislike free spells that can be used offensively. I think defensive free spells can be healthy, but offensive free spells, which the big ones are Yeah, opponent has the answer. The big ones are Manamorphose for 1, and Mishra's Bobble for 2. I think those are two of the most harmful spells we have in Modern at the moment. Do you think Urza's Saga is going to be banned and I should sell mine now or wait to see if it goes up? I don't think it's impossible that it gets banned. I think it's on the short list of like strongest cards and most potentially bannable cards from Modern Horizons 2. I'm not sure how it's going to shake out, honestly. Uh, I mean, it's pretty valuable right now. So I wouldn't be against just selling it because the price is already high and then you have no risk. But I don't think it's guaranteed that it gets banned. Opponent, Steam Vents, untapped. And I mean, in this game where we've actually hit our lands, these cryptics will hopefully be good. Murktide Regent. Alright, that's... Well, as long as our cryptic resolves, it's kind of okay. And a little bit of a non-bow, I'd say. Well, Flooded Strand. Crack it. Thin the deck. Island. Cryptic. Bounce Murktide Regent. Draw a card. Alright, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Unfortunately, Murktide Regent is a million. Do you just instant win against Hardened Scales with Hideous Laughter? I do not believe there is a matchup in Modern that you can insta-win with Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I think there might be one in Legacy, possibly Legacy lands, but I have not found a matchup in Modern where it can just be in one shot. I mean, late in the game when you've cast other mill spells or something, but I don't think there's any mill 50 or whatever matchups for it. Opponent passes. Draws a card. Well, play the land. Well, 1, 2... Thing is, if we keep milling... Yeah, let's pass for this turn. Pass, Cryptic, untap mill. You played with Surgical Correction before this, right? How is it in this matchup if it's played? Getting in Murktide before Hideous Laughter seems amazing. Yeah, I mean, if... Yeah, that would be decent. I don't know how... You need several things to, like, kind of go right, but, I mean, if it worked out, it would be pretty sweet. Opponent hits us down to 12. And cracks. We kind of fuel their Murktides with mill, which is a little awkward. Maybe Mono Blue's still Mono Blue Mill. Maybe it's just an archetype. Alright, that's actually an interesting question. Have you ever had a successful Mono Blue Mill deck? Because this has been the archetype that we always kind of laugh about being the worst of all time. Is it possible for there to be a successful Mono Blue Mill deck? Or is Mono Blue Mill just not an archetype that can work because blue doesn't have all the pieces it needs to make it work? Well, 6. That looks like likely death. Flooded Strand. Crack. We might as well put our cards to the test. I mean, we're losing anyway. So, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. How many do we mill? 38 starting. Wow. Okay. Sanity grinding. Maybe? Oh, if you give us 11 sanity grinding, I swear to God. I swear to God, sanity grinding. Oh my goodness, that was an insane hideous laughter. Oh! 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 Oh, we got there. Oh, we got there. Oh my God. Okay. That was... Wow, they must be playing one Murktide Regent. Oh, the other... Oh, all three got... Wow, we got incredibly lucky. Wow, that was so lucky. They had... They had all three Murktide Regents in the bottom 7 cards. So we milled infinite with Tasha's Hideous Laughter and milled 30. And then they were all at the bottom. So we actually got... Oh, and it just said our opponent disconnected. Ah! We scared him right off. I think we scared him right out. Did they actually disconnect? They disconnected. I think we scared him away. I think that win, it devastated. It devastated poor Rick. Oh, wow. That was the best we've seen by far. Okay. High variance, but we had no business winning that game. We had none. None whatsoever. And Tasha, this won't go back. And Tasha's Hideous Laughter saved the day. All right, sideboarding. Surgicals, I guess, can come in. It seems like if we can get rid of the Murktide Regents, it seems like we can kind of almost one-shot. Yeah, try it like that if our opponent returns. All right, let's see if we can get chat to working. Whoa. The world's biggest chat. I think our opponent might still be gone. I think they're still done. Done with magic. Yeah, we got the Surgical. See if we can... Okay, our opponent's back. Opponent, land, cracks it. And... Well, that was the highlight of the stream, at least. That was about as good as it can get. Island, go. Not only did our opponent lose to Mill, they lost to Mill in a ridiculous way. I can't really blame them for being upset about playing the best deck and getting absolutely janked out about it. Goes attacking, hits us. Ooh, missing land drops. Draws a card. Well, Ruin Crab. And Field of Ruin. Can we mill a Murktide Regent? Not yet. Pass the turn. I mean, we're not doing anything on turn 2 anyway with this hand, so I think it's better to just... What do they need in the graveyard? Creature? Or sorcery? You know, we're not gonna risk it. Opponent hits us down to 18. Passes. Land. Okay, Ruin Crab. So my thinking with Ruin Crab is... I wish we had a land for it. But my thinking is, if we don't have anything to do on turn 2, there really isn't much of a reason to run it down on turn 1 and open it up to getting hit by a Lightning Bolt. Spire Bluff Canal. How do you cast Surgical? So Surgical has to target a card in the graveyard. So basically, you target the card in the graveyard. If you want to cast it for Phyrexian on Magic Online, you got to click on your face or icon. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Alright. Well, that's not good. Can we draw a land? No. This This is real bad. Real bad. Field of Ruin feels bad in this deck. Just run fetches and eyelids. I think you need Field of Ruin to turn on Archive Trap and also to... And it also triggers a Crabs a second time. Yeah, we don't have much time. Opponent has Unholy Heat. I guess we're just going to have to cast this. Visions of Beyond. Yeah, this is going... This is not going well. The games where we do not draw lands go predictably less good. Well, we hit a land a little bit to the lateness. Now, Polluted Delta. Milieu. Crack Polluted Delta. Island. Milieu. Set Adrift. I think we have to do this or we're dying. Set Adrift, the Regent. It doesn't get... Oh. Okay. Well, sure. Force of Negation. Yeah, Ruin Crab cannot mill yourself. Pass the turn. Yeah, Force of Negation is a good one there. Opponent goes combat, hits us for $1,000,000. Yeah, there's no way. Should have Set Adrift with mill trigger on the stack. Set Adrift's a sorcery. That would have been a sweet line, but yeah, sorcery speed. Yeah, all right. Opponent has a ton of crab removal. Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing, was just surgically to force them to shuffle, which was something at least. I don't know. This hand's a little crab light, but at least we can cycle the Frank Sanities, and maybe if we can hit the Murktide Regent, we're in business. Repeal could be okay. I think it's not going to get Murktide Regent very much. A little expensive Murktide Regent might be. We got Soul Guides in the sideboard. I mean, in this matchup, we're not really trying to hate on the graveyard as much as we're trying to disrupt Murktide Regent, because we're not very good at beating Murktide Regent. So I don't think we need to hate on the graveyard in general. Opponent gets to draw a card. Well, Polluted Delta. Crack Polluted Delta. We're 0-1 with Mono Blue. Cycle it. Mill a Murktide Regent. Alright. No Murktide Regent. Yet. Archive Trap is interesting for the future. Alright, opponent. Crack a fetch for us. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Modern is a very fast format. That is true. Alright, opponent passes. No fetch. Ha ha. Ooh, what do we do? How do we get through this? Okay, so we can Field of Ruin and try to Archive Trap, but that untaps their land and they can counter. We can cycle Fractured Sanity. We can try to hard cast it. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, is use this as kind of like a weird removal spell for... Yeah, I think we just Fractured Sanity. Use this as like a weird removal spell for Murktide Regent, which is just really big for us to deal with. Alright, there goes the Murktide, so that's good. We can Surgical Extraction. We're going to do it now rather than when it can get countered, the Murktide. Archmage charge from counter spell. Yikes. Okay. So opponent has a handful of counters and burn and card draw. But Murktide is gone. Which, look at these mana values. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 5, 6, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So opponent has a total of 37 mana value left in their deck. Can we avoid dying to this Dragon's Rage Channeler? That is another question. Shelldock Isle. Take. I guess Visions of Beyond. Pass the turn. No, this deck has so many counters that I don't think we can afford to let them untap. Or, I mean, maybe they wouldn't counter surgical, but yeah, if we can resolve it. If we can resolve it, Archive Trap into Tasha Hideous Laughter should be enough to win. Two spells is all it should take. About it. Yes, you can cast your Shelldock Isle cards whenever you activate it. Opponent gets to draw a card. Another Field of Ruin. So many lands. Well, play Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. We still gotta mill a lot of cards before we're able to activate Shelldock, though. 2 Laughters is definitely lethal. That would definitely get there. Yeah, if we can find a window to Archive Trap, we will definitely go for it. Opponent. Ragavan. With Dash. Well, I mean, this is probably as good as it gets. Field of Ruin you. Thin the deck. Get an island. Archive Trap you. That was a lot of mana value milled. Opponent drew the land. Oh, they had the land. Goes attacking. Down to 10. Hits a Ruin Crab. Oh, but now they have all the counters. The counters. How do we beat these counters? Oh, this deck is just not getting there. Set Adrift, I guess, or we're going to die past the turn. We need to get our opponent down enough cards that we can turn on these Shelldocks, but I don't know how we do that through our opponent's handful of counters. Opponent. Bobble. Surveils. Come on. No, leaves it on top. And if we can get them tapped down to even just bounce their threats, yeah, we need to be able to resolve like a spell or two. This 3/3, we're turning on our opponent's Dragon's Rage Channelers. Maybe we need even more Graveyard Hate. Opponent is not going to Ragavan. Hits us. Ragavan. Well, it's getting countered either way. Bounce Dragon Rage. Try to draw. Yeah, the Field of Ruins could help us get... Oh my goodness, that's another land. Well, Field of Ruin. Blow up your Spire Bluff. Get an island. Opponent down to 22 cards in their deck. Untaps. We've drawn so many lands. Shackles is interesting. I don't know if it'd be good, but it would be interesting. Ragavan hits us. Down to 5. Also got to be concerned about their burn. Opponent passes. We untap. Oh. 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 I think that would have done it too. Villuti, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Ragavan Treasures. If we could resolve this, it would win, but we know they have 2 counters. And they have 5 mana so they can cast them. Well, no, we saw their hand. They have Counterspell Archmage Charm. So we know they can counter it. So I think we gotta pass. And see if we can get him to tap down. If we can resolve it, it should mill their entire deck. And this gets our opponent low enough on cards that we can Shelldock Isle. So Shelldock. Set address the Ragavan. Opponent counters. Okay. Now, the 2 Shelldocks don't really do much, though. We know our opponent has Lightning Bolt. Well, our concern now has got to be staying alive, if we can. If we get hit by this Ragavan, we lose. Oh, we lose either way. Oh, yeah, we're just dead. All right. Oh, yeah, that's going to be an issue. Because the Ragavan, so we can Cryptic to tap Ragavan. Our opponent counters it, then they get the treasure from Ragavan, and that lets them bolt. I mean, we got to try it, but it's... We saw our opponent's hand, so unless I'm misremembering... yeah, bounce Ragavan. Yeah, the treasure, opponent. Or they just drew another bolt. Alright, looks like they just drew enough bolts to kill us. Oh... So close. All right, we'll give Mono Blue one more shot. Ugh. I mean, we've been like competitive-ish. We've been competitive enough that we've been able to win some games. But Mono Blue just it doesn't have answers. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we don't Cryptic, we're dead to Ragavan attack us, make a treasure. Archmage Charm plus Bolt, so I think we're just dead no matter what. Hey, what's up, Glacies? Or more, how are you? Alright, one more game for Mono Blue. Can we win a match with it? Maybe the deck is not tight enough. I mean, it could be. I don't know what the problem with Mono Blue Mail is you just don't really have interaction. Like, your best interaction is counters, which counters are nice, but counters don't counters don't stop aggro very well. So mono blue just tends to mostly just get stomped by anything that just like plays a Goblin Guide or a 1-drop, and there's a lot of decks like that right now thanks to Ragavan. So I'm not sure what there is, like I'm not sure what you can do to fix that part of mono blue. I don't know what the answer is. Yeah, we played a Demir deck with darkness, and we went 3-2, which was fine. I'm still not 100% sure about that build. I don't think Suspend would be especially helpful. I think where Suspend could be good is... I think Suspend could be good in tempo decks, where it's like, I need to stay alive one more turn and I win. I'm not sure that... Well, I don't know. Maybe it could be worth trying. I'm not sure that our clock is fast enough that the creature wouldn't just come off of Suspend and still kill us. It's pretty hot. It's been pretty hot in New York today. Bridge, we tend to have cards in hand, though, and we're playing, like, Visions of Beyond, which is a draw 3, so I don't think we empty-handed enough. Vidalcan Shackles is interesting. I have fond memories of when Shackles was actually playable in Modern, but Modern is probably just like... Shackles, play it for 3, activate it for 2. Modern's just so fast now that you're probably... I mean, your opponent's already got, what, 3 Ragavan treasures and it's just, like, going off. Yeah, subtlety... We were talking about subtlety. I'm not convinced... Yeah, I'm not sure. We were talking about some sort of removal spell. I kind of feel like Set Adrift is better than Subtlety, but that could be wrong. Set Adrift is nice because it can deal with anything. Subtlety does have the timing restriction, although Subtlety having a body is, if we're not evoking it, is also... That is an upside. Alright, that's some archive traps. Crack a fetch! For the love of God. Whenever we get these archive trap ads, our opponents never crack a fetch. They're like mono white. No fetch lands. Well, there's a lot of lands. Guess that's Hedron Crab. Since there's no other options, pass the turn. Opponent adapts. Fetch. Overgrown 2. Not a fetch. And Arbor Elf. Well, we will... Hedron Crab. Flooded Strand. Milieu. This might be a Karth deck. Yup. Crack it. Island. Milieu. Pass the turn. Fetch. Fetch, opponent, please. Come on. Oh, no. Alright, Stomping Grounds. I mean, we can make him do it the hard way next turn if we have to. And a Renin 6. Ooh, get back a fetch. Get back a fetch. One way or another. Yeah, they're playing around it. Sure. Untaps. Kills a crab. Well, Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. Alright, Sanity Grinding. It's up to you, Sanity Grinding. I mean, these archive traps should get us a decent ways. Opponent. Karth time? Karth. Okay, that's one card out of the deck. Gets Liliana. And ticks up, gets a fetch. Alright. Well, 1-2. Field of Ruin. Blow up your land. Here they come. I wish they'd make Field of Ruin more playable in Commander. Giving each other opponent a free land makes it unplayable outside of group hug. Yeah. I mean, I guess at the same time in Commander, there are a lot of options. Like you can play strip mines and wastelands and tectonic edges. So I don't know if it's like a super big deal that one of them doesn't work very well. Oh, well, let's put sanity grinding to the test. 16 cards. All right, it milled 13. That's fine. I mean, I don't think our opponent's going to be able to beat us before they run out of cards here. But yeah, it is awkward that Field of Ruin tends to get reprinted a lot, and it's really bad in Commander. Wizards made a card called Saffron Olive Grove that enters a. I with Wizards made a card called Saffron Olive Grove that enters my battlefield tapped giggity. Oh well, thank you, Matt. uh, I like Strip Mine a lot. Strip Mine I think is still kind of expensive though. They should reprint them more. Like Wasteland and Strip Mine, there's not really any reason for them to be expensive at this point. So they probably might as well just print them. Like, print them into the ground. I saw a Reddit post that was pretty interesting that the price of Fetchland is actually super cheap right now. Like, because of Modern Horizons and all the different, Modern Horizons 2 and all the different versions, if you've been thinking about getting fetches, they're looking decently cheap. We'll see how long they stay. The three most expensive ones we got are around 40, and I bet you can actually pick them up cheaper than that. Opponent, Oath of Nissa. Opponent's not giving up. No cards in their deck doesn't matter. I bet if you look for the lowest price on TCG or even Card Kingdom, I bet you're getting it cheaper, like 32 for the lowest on TCG. Card Kingdom's at 39 or 34, so it's actually even cheaper. So that's a pretty decent price. And then the cheap ones are like down to 20-ish for Marsh Flats and Arid Mesa. So this is probably the time, and our opponent scoops it up. Probably the time to pick up your fetches if you've been waiting on them. I mean, I guess that's the other side of the coin. That $20 for a card is still not cheap from a lot of perspectives. It's cheap compared to what they were before, but it's certainly not cheap in the real world for a piece of cardboard. That is a very fair point. Well, Set Adrift in. This might actually be. Oh, actually, we probably got to go down to Hideous Laughter. Opponent's all about big planeswalkers. Yeah, let's go down a couple Hideous Laughters. I don't think Hideous Laughter is going to be good in this one. Comparatively cheap. They're cheap compared to where they were before. And they're cheap compared to where they've been historically over the last, decade. But, of course, they are still expensive for what a piece of cardboard that is only good for playing a game should be worth, or could be worth. Oh yeah, they'll definitely go back up. I think that's why getting them in this summer is pretty appealing, because traditionally fetches get reprinted, they drop down relatively to around this price range, but then a year or two from now, we're talking about how Scalding Tarn is $100 again or whatever. That's kind of how fetch lands have always been. So I'm definitely expecting that we're going to see the prices increase again until they get reprinted another time. Very moment I try to figure out duels for my first attempt at an EDH. Ooh, what are you building, Shiro Wolf? Welcome to Commander. Commander's a really fun format. Ooh, alright, opponent's got the ramp start. Taps. Untaps. Taps. Thoughtseize. Oh, is this Thoughtseize Liliana on turn 2? God. Yeah, that's a really good start. I should really sell the random Delta in Strand Aveline around. Don't play paper anymore. Yeah, the cons fetch lands have went way up too. At the same time that the enemy fetch lands have been going down, the The cons fetches are spiking. Where's cons? Cons are like the cheapest version. Oh, good question from Twitter. I'm curious what you think, chat. Someone asked us on Twitter, yeah, Wooded Foothills from Cons, 50. Polluted Delta, 50. Bloodstained Mire, 48. Windswept Heath was in a pre-con. It's up to 35. So you see, we have the enemy fetches going down, but at the same time, these haven't been reprinted. We're talking a year ago, April 2020. I guess a little more than a year ago. These were like $18. They're now up to over $50. This is what's going to happen with the enemy ones. Like, you'll see a very similar trajectory where they're cheap now, but then they climb back up. When was the last time Standard was good? And I'll let you define that however you want to define it. Like, I don't know. There's different levels of good, but however you define good, in your opinion, when was the last time Standard was good? I thought that was actually pretty good. A pretty interesting question. Dominaria? Dominaria was a sweet set. Well, Callblade? That was the last time it was good? Wait a minute. No. The last time it was good was Callblade? Dominaria. I think that the last time I remember Standard being like what I would consider good, not like best of all time or anything, or like whatever, but I think that the period between like Ravnica, like Ixalan through Ravnica Allegiance was pretty good. I think that was the last time I remember Standard being consistently good for a while. And then War of the Spark came out, and then M20, and we hit this big drawback. I think the last time I remember Standard being like great or really good was probably Cons era. It was probably my favorite. Yeah, we're not gonna have any mana. Well, Cycle, Milieu. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, the Arbor Elf Utopia's pulse arts are pretty impressive. War of the Spark was pretty good in sets. Yeah, opponent's just going to eat away our lands. Yeah. Ravnica Kamigawa. Yeah, that I wouldn't even know what the format was like. That was like right when I was just starting to play, like during Ravnica, and I didn't know what formats were or anything. Why would Seth like Con Standard? It was dominated by Rhino, maybe one that lays siege. I mean, Siege Rhino and Standard actually had a lot of complaints about it, honestly, but I still think that format was good. I don't think it was good because of Siege Rhino as much as it was really diverse. I think okay. We meme about Siege Rhinos and so forth, but if you actually look at that format and how that format actually, hey, what's up, Drigget? If you looked at how that format actually functioned, there was a lot of decks. There were decks coming and going. It wasn't like Siege Rhino was at the top of the meta for a long time. It was like Abzan, and then you would have Jeskai, and then you had Devotion style decks. So there was actually a lot of change compared to like recent standards, where it has felt to me like, okay, Saltai Ultimatum, that's the best deck for 6 months in a row. Before that, Wilderness Reclamation, the best deck for 6 months in a row. Before that, Oko, Food, the best deck for 6 months in a row. Like, I kind of miss the up and down. Like, if you look at the metagame page these days, you don't see a lot of movement. You sometimes see movements like in the lower tiers, but I swear that Saltai Ultimatum has been sitting up here for about forever, followed by some sort of mid-range or some sort of adventure deck. All right, one more shot. Can Mono Blue Mill redeem itself? Prove that it is not the worst deck of all time? Can it win a match, an actual honest-to-goodness match of Magic in a league? It's got to win this game. It all comes down to this, the future of Mono Blue Mill. It all comes down to this match. Ruined Grab, go. Opponent for Catacombs. Oh, don't kill the crab, you jerk. They're probably going to, they're probably going to kill the crab. Oh, okay. They did not kill the crab. I take back the jerk comment. Thank you, opponent. Archive Trap. All right, Polluted Delta. Milieu. And, crab. Ooh, 2 cards down. Crag Polluted Delta. Island Milieu. Why mono blue? Sanity grinding is the biggest reason. Whether or not that actually is a good enough reason, that's another question. But sanity grinding, the more blue mana symbols, the better. Thought sees. Sure. So randomly, because we're talking about it, selected all the fetch lands on TCG Player, optimized the court. 4 copies of each cost roughly $1,300 almost. Yeah, that's a decent chunk. That would be for five different fetch lands, or for all 10. They can't be all 10, can it? It can't be all 10. That would be way too cheap. Yeah, I don't know what our opponent takes here. The hand is kind of redundant. Good mill, questionable mill, good mill. Well, maybe good mill. You never know. You never know with Tasha's Hideous Laughter at Sanity Grinding. You never know what will happen. Wow, they take Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Happy about that. That was the one I thought was most likely to whiff against all these Planeswalkers. Well, Polluted Delta. Milieu. Crag Polluted Delta. Get an island. Milieu. Opponent 37 in the deck. Sanity grinding. Come on, give us a good one. Give us a good one. Oh! 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19! 19! That is why... that is why you play it. That is why you play it. That was the dream. Man, it has some good swings. It's so high variance. Like we've had ones that hit like 8 and they're so disappointing. That one hit 19 and is probably going to win us the game. I mean, we're getting to the point where an Archive Trap, well, okay. I was going to say an Archive Trap is going to win it, but our opponent, I assume, is going to Thought Seize it to be safe. I wonder if they have Mill Hate with their Karn. There is risk that they have some sort of Elixir of Immortality or something. That was a good... Casino Mill is the perfect name for this deck. About it. Thinking it over. Thinking it over. How do you recommend getting started on Moto? It seems expensive right now. So it depends on what format you want to play. I would definitely recommend, as a new player especially, the loan programs. All right, Ren in 6, sure. I use a Card Hoarder one. It really depends on the format. Modern is a bit expensive right now because of Modern Horizons 2. Standard is super cheap. I think I mentioned yesterday, Richard started playing Standard on Magic Online again rather than Arena just because it's so much cheaper. Standard, for a few dollars a week, you can play it all. You can play every deck in Standard through a loan program. But that's what I would recommend. Check out like the Card Hoarder loan program and go from there. But yeah, that makes it so much more accessible. I really wish Arena had it. How has Hideous Laughter been? I mean, this deck has been very high variance. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, kind of like Sanity Grinding, is varied from disappointing and below the curve to excellent and really, really good. It just depends on the matchup and the order of the cards in the deck. We've had some that are like insane, others that are just duds. Karna is maybe the scariest because that's probably the card that could maybe get some sort of card to shuffle their library back in. Opponent, Oath of Nissa. We're 1 mill card away. Any mill card. Any mill card. Why would he bounce our crab with Cryptic? Opponent whiffs, apparently. Ooh. We like that. Visions of Beyond. Hedron Crab. Flooded Strad. Milieu. Oh no, there's endurances. Oh no. Oh no. Is this going to end with us getting enduranced and everything shuffling back in? Okay. Opponent untaps. 0 cards. Oh, maybe we should have left up Cryptic. Oh no. Signed up for Mana Traders with it, and was able to use it immediately. Yeah, I know that Modern Horizons 2... An opponent! Okay. We did it! We completed a match win with Mono Blue Mill. It took us running into Car Super Friends, but we did it officially. Yeah, I know some of the loan programs have been dealing with an huge influx of new players because of Modern Horizons 2. Yeah, it might have been safer to leave up Cryptic, so it might take a bit to get into some of them. Yeah, apparently only had 1 endurance, thankfully, or that could have been a blowout. So what do we learn about Mill today? And I still don't know. We've played Tasha's Hideous Laughter and Sanity Grinding for the last 3.5 hours. Is it good? Maybe? I'm still not 100% sure. I will say, I think Mono Blue, there's not really a good enough reason to be Mono Blue. Sanity Grinding, we saw it be awesome. We also saw it be very not awesome. I don't think it's strong enough to warp your deck around. Your deck's still got to have lands. Most of those, even if you add Seagate Reclamation, are not going to have mana symbols. So even when it's supported as optimally as possible, I don't know if it's worth not having some black removal or some white removal or whatever. So I think Mono Blue, probably more of a meme. The blue-black build we played, Darkness was good sometimes. It was bad sometimes. Is it better than playing a Drown in the Lock? I don't know. But we went 3-2. We fed the kids a little snack, so that is, I guess that's the good news. Is loan program still stopped at the moment? I would have to actually check on that. I'm not 100% sure if they fired back up. Yeah, I hope they fired back up, but I'm actually not sure. But on that note, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our Mill stream. So, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, still TBD. I expected to make it in Modern, but it's tougher to figure out than I expected it to be when you throw the exiling into it and all that stuff. But on that note, everyone, that brings us to the end of our stream for tonight. So we'll be back next stream on Thursday to we'll be back on Thursday to probably play some Standard. So in the meantime, replay YouTube for the old streams, normal YouTube, tons of content coming out on there. One more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, hey, see you, Jake Jesus, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one, they'll hook you up. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Arrartis, Fiddlehole, Trinket, all of you for hanging out. Seriously, y'all are amazing and awesome. Thanks for hanging out and having fun. I will see y'all on Thursday. So until then, have a great night. Have an amazing Wednesday, and I'll see you on Thursday. So until then, have a good one, and I will talk to you soon.